come down and just sit with me. You better take this shit serious. She dropping knowledge on head and it's free for the play. Tap in right now if you curious. We got the ham radio going lit every A. We go from people to family to pilots. Stay with me if you got something to say. You know it's important if we go acknowledge. Speak on the business and get out the way. What you gonna say about my mama? She winning, you rockhead.
Where is she? But anyway, here we go. Welcome to Casual Convo. So we have conversations about business, personal, relationships. We always had the Casual Convo, so you don't have to have the tough convo. I am the co-host, Boscoe from the Bronx. We got the Jude in the building. She got the fro popping and everything. Yay, yay. And we got the hostess with the mostest, Coco in the building. What up, yo?
Hey, y'all.
Man, you're supposed to come harder than that.
No, because I literally, I was chuckling at myself and I didn't want it to appear because I was like, I didn't know what was going on for a second. Okay. Hey, y'all. Welcome, Jude, who is joining us early this week. So y'all know it's going to be good.
Hey, yo.
And of course, I'm going to apologize now. I'm glad you was with me because Bosco was having technical difficulties and he may have those difficulties throughout the show, but we're going to keep it flowing. But before we get into everything that we usually get into, I got to do something because I have a younger person that I know is watching right now. And I only allow her 2 to 3 minutes of watch time. So my little best friend, I'm her little fake aunt, my 7-year-old bestie, Dylan, she is starting her business. And she finally, oh, I miss you too, Amy. So she's finally like, she always trying to, be an entrepreneur. So I think it's great for a 7-year-old to be as creative as she is. She tried to do hair, she tried to do all this stuff. So she's making bracelets. So she has a jewelry business. So she named it Dylan's Diva Jewelry, DDJ.
Go.
So I
Yeah,
can't wait to post her stuff. I want y'all to support her and all of that good stuff. So coming soon is DDJ, Dylan's Diva Jewelry. Support my little bestie. She a little
that's
entrepreneur.
Dylan. I need a set.
Yes. Oh, and we're teaching her the logistics of business early now. So just so y'all are aware, if you want anything customly made, a deposit will be required per management.
Hey, go Dylan. That's how you do it, bro. That's how you just scratch all that the trials and error out right there. You got the book to it right there.
Yes. So, all right, Dylan, you can't watch no more because it's getting ready to start. So that's her promo. So support the kids, y'all. Shout out to the children. But before we start, we try and get Bosco back in. Mental health check-in. I'm great. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm in a good space. I'm at peace. I'm happy. I don't have no complaints. Really, honestly, I don't. I could, but I won't because I'm blessed. So, what about you? Rich, can we let
I'm in mourning. It's like no, I'm happy. I'm here. I'm in mourning. That's why I got my black boy.
you in mourning?
Yes.
Are we gonna talk about it now?
We can talk about it when we get to the topic of why I'm mourning.
Well, it looks like
Keep
Bosco
it.
behind backstage. Uh, what the hell?
You in mourning too? Oh, came in strong.
Yeah. So welcome, Paul. So we have another guest.
Oh,
Good
So
evening.
it's definitely
Good
getting ready.
evening, beautiful people.
All right, so we just doing mental health check-in before we get started. Do you want to participate or are you good? What's going on? No?
Oh, well, first of all, good evening, beautiful people.
Good evening.
Hey,
Uh,
I'm still surviving. I'm still standing. So, hey, nothing that happens in this world surprises me, and I'm not going to let nothing in this world get me down. Like I told them people at City Council a few weeks ago, shit happens. Shit happens. So it just depends on how we're going to deal with shit now.
That part.
I've been in a kind of funky mood because people around here in Asheville, they seem to know so damn much when they really don't know nothing. And I kept telling them, y'all want to talk about what's going on with the national election, but y'all don't even know who's running for office locally.
Wait a minute,
Sit
hold
the
on.
hell
yep.
down.
Hold on, wait a minute. We jump. Wait a minute, hold on. Let me just do a disclaimer. I think this is a disclaimer. I haven't done a disclaimer for a show in a
But
minute.
let me get my mental health check in first.
Well, it seemed like the mental health check-in is going into it. So let me get the disclaimer out the way, and then y'all can go for what y'all know. I'm not going to interrupt. The only thing I ask is that everybody let each other thoughts get out all the way, and then do what you got to do. So the disclaimer: all thoughts and
Okay.
views
Well, that was
belong
my
to
mental health. That's my mental
we're
health
all
day.
adults. Wait a minute, we're all adults. Everyone is entitled to their opinion, their thoughts, their views, and perspective. We welcome it. As the audience, you can either call in, you can join, you can comment, you can do what you want. That's also respected. We are not censoring anyone, and I think for clarity and also for what is the word I'm looking for? What's the word? We need. I don't even want to say closure, but just an open forum,
Closure.
and not even just open dialogue of expression, because we all need to get it off our chest. Because social media has been in the uproar. Everybody phones the conversations at work, the conversations in the public. I've been visiting different people, like client, and the conversations are like heightened all over. No matter where you go, I think it's safe to say everyone is affected, whether no matter which way you voted, and that's the interesting thing. But what I do want to say also as a disclaimer is we also got to be mindful of our actions and what we say we dislike from others, but also what we put out. So,
Okay, cool.
okay,
So
Bosco, you want your mental health check in? Can you came up or no? Or you came in touch
Yeah,
with
that
us?
was
yeah,
my
yeah.
mental
I can
health
get mine out.
check-in though.
Oh, I
My
thought you
mental
did.
health is oh he can go ahead first,
No,
man.
I, I was telling Coco Bosco that she asked me about my mental health, and that was my mental health.
Hmm.
That's where my mental health is at right now because I've been listening to
Oh,
people talk about something nationally when they don't know nothing about nothing locally. How
Hmm.
can you even
yep.
come to me talking about anything if you don't know nothing, what's going on locally? What's going on nationally might affect everybody in the world, but what's going on locally affects people right here in this town. That's what my mental health is
Ooh.
right now. Okay, I'm good though now. Okay.
With me, I'm good.
I love you. Oh. Let me tell you something. The universe was like, we don't need one here. Nothing Bosco got to say at this moment.
Okay, so we blaming the Trump administration for all technical
We all
difficulties tonight.
everything. I already I told you right before it started. I'm
They are
blaming the
trying to
Trump
silence
administration.
us, and we're not going to let it happen.
The internet was working just fine until he got elected.
Okay, so let's just jump right into it and
It's
keep
like,
it
oh,
moving. How do you guys feel? Anybody can go first about the results of the election last night.
I was upset a little bit, but I realized that I'm not as upset as I was last night because, well, this technically this morning because I kind of already, one, I think I said before, though yes, I voted for Camilla. That's what I called her, Camilla. I did not feel like she was the right pick of a woman to go in. I do feel as though, one, the US don't want a female president yet. That's just not. It's not even just the men. I don't even think the women ready for that. As much as we say we are, we give it too much credit to the men. But yes, the men are not ready. The U.S. citizens are not ready for a female president. But she, in 2 months, did the best she could. She's not the first woman that ran, for president. I just hope that the right one come along and we can get one in there. I think she did a good job, for what she was working with at the end of the 2 months that she had, whatever. Um, I don't agree with giving Donald Trump a second chance. However, he can't do it again. I remember back in the day we couldn't say what I'm gonna say out of my mouth, but he is old. I want to educate myself more on what's his name? Cause I keep calling him Pence, but y'all say what's his
Waltz.
Vance,
Waltz. I mean,
Waltz,
Vance. Vance.
whoever,
Vance.
Vance,
Vance.
right? Vance. I want to educate myself more on Homelander, cause he give me Homelander vibes, so I don't trust him already. And then um yeah, I'm not as disappointed because I do agree with some of Trump's views on how to, help our economy grow and all that. But we seen the nasty side of him, and sometimes the first impression is the lasting impression. And his first impression was the everlasting impression on the U.S. the last time. Um, that's where I'm at with that so far. I think we'll get deep into it the more we talk about it. But I want to say shout out to Angela, what I call her, Awesome
Yeah.
Brooks, but she's also Brooks. Um,
I thought
not
that was her
only
name
is
when you
she the
posted it.
no, it's no, her name's I call him Awesome Brooks. Let me tell you why though, because here it is, a black woman making history,
Yeah.
and I don't mean
Yeah.
no harm. I didn't really know nothing about her until they started bashing her, so it was a strategic
Yeah.
campaign, in my opinion, because the bashing helped her more than hindered her. And then when I
Hmm.
thought about that, when it came to her campaign, I think that's kind of where everybody went wrong with the Trump thing too. We poured too much into his bad versus, you feel me, like, and focused on the good. And the world right now is wicked. Everybody thrive off of stuff like that. So you feel me, like, so shout out to Angela Awesome Brooks. I hope you don't let us down. Watch out for the government, because they don't let women in Baltimore or Maryland or anywhere in this region, you feel me, like, succeed successfully. So we hope we had your back like they got Donald Trump back. That's all
Okay.
I gotta say.
With me, basically what Jude just said, I'm with her 100% on that. I felt with Kamala, and I voted for her as much as I talk. But like everybody knows, I talk right down the middle. I don't choose a side. I talk down the middle. I'm an independent. I'm not a Democrat nor Republican. Um, I feel the same way. I think with her, I think she just wasn't strong enough this time because a lot of stuff she kind of. I always say with Trump, and I'm not stroking his nuts and like that, but with Trump, I have to give him credit. He stands on business. Who he is who he is. We know who he is. He's not going to waver. I don't like him, but he's not going to waver. And I think with Kamala, it's like you could tell when she spoke, they weren't her words. And I think if Michelle would have ran, I think Michelle would have won because even at the end, Kamala made a strong
Landslide.
push at the end. I think Kamala made a strong push at the end. Shouts out to her because I thought it was over early, and she almost pulled it off. I think had she like the first debate they had when her and Trump went against, I think had she played off of that and kept with her policies instead of trying to go tit for
Paul, you can
computer
go.
right now.
Oh, because yep, I know what's coming. Paul, you can go. What do you feel about the?
Well, I'm gonna tell you, it's like this with me. This is twice that the Democrats have sent a woman after Trump, and twice they got their ass kicked. Even more so this time. And the reason I feel like it was worse, thanks to Brother Mike, the mayor. I see he's not here with us right now, but thanks to him and that conversation from last week, I went and done a whole lot of little researching and everything, checking out things. And what he said about the Africa and her and the LBGQ and all that stuff she did. But the thing that got me was
I'm
this
sorry,
interview.
Mike can't get credit for that. That was me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Excuse me, darling. Well, the interview she did, where they asked her if there was something that she could do different than what Biden had done for these last 3, 4 years, what would she do? And she said absolutely nothing. Now, see, for me, that was a trick question to her. That was a question to destroy any chance she had of even being elected. Because by her not saying what she would have done different, People feeling like she wouldn't have changed nothing, everything would still been the doggone same. If she would have said that she would have done this different or done that different, then the people that's running her campaign, who are Biden's people, probably wouldn't have done as much for her to even try to get her elected. Because it seemed like to me, really, they done very little in the 107 days they had to work with. She didn't get her own people in there to handle things for her. They set her up for failure because Biden's ass was supposed to got up out of there, knowing that he wasn't supposed to be trying to run for no re-election. When he got up in there, he said he was a transitional president.
Yeah.
I mean, he knew he's coming up for that one term and setting it up for somebody else. But see, that power went to his big ass head, and he didn't want to come up out of there. So
No,
basically, they
they
had to run it back on him and
they
make him
wanted
come
to
up out
keep
of
a man in office. I think they tried to keep him in for as long as they could. But I think the biggest issue that for her was they threw her in there because they saw the backlash that he was getting when he was a public speaker. Because we also got to understand when it comes to the president, that's the face of our government. That's the
Yeah.
person who is going to speak. That's the person who is going to go, and you're supposed to advocate for the country. But the real people that's behind the scenes making the policies and putting stuff in action and telling him what he better say or she what she better say and better do. That's your Senate, your Congress, and them electoral people. They make the final decision. But at the end of the day, when they threw her in there, they was like, all right, they know now. You can't even hide it no more with him. They threw her to the wolves and they said, we gonna go with the black woman vote and because they did it with Obama. We did it with everybody
Hmm.
and we're going to appeal to these people. They're going to win because nobody likes them. And I feel like they set her up for failure because they didn't even have any type of campaign, any type of nothing for her to run and
Hmm.
look like she fit the bill. She did not have
Right.
a solid system behind her, back and behind her.
Right.
They wanted to capitalize off of the propaganda and the controversy around her being Trump's running mate. And that's what
Hmm.
failed her because the focus still stayed on him and not on her and whatever her policies and plan was. I'm sorry.
That's
But
how
see,
we
that's
knew
Yeah.
what I
she
was saying
wasn't a
to you though.
sister. That's
Yeah.
how we knew she
That's
Hey.
what
wasn't a
that's what I
sister.
was saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Because
and see that's what
okay,
I was gonna
because
say, Coco. When I oh my bad, go ahead, Paul.
go ahead, go ahead, go
Yeah,
ahead,
Paul.
go ahead.
Oh,
I'll come back
that's
behind
what I was going to. That's what I was going to say, Coco. I think had she capitalized off that first debate and just stuck to the thing, I think she's done well. And I agree. I think they threw her out there rather than let people vote to say, okay, who do we want as the Democratic shorty? I think they threw it to the wolves. I really
you.
do.
Right.
I do myself. I don't think she was ready. I think if she ran in 2028, I think she'll be ready, and I think she'll win because based on her strong showing this time, I think next time she'll pull it off. But she needs to start early and be like, look, this is what I'm going to do. I'm standing on this. This is who I am. Blah 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 blah, and just keep on going because she didn't do that bad in this election. Yeah, she lost the popular vote and she lost the electoral vote. But if you look at those votes, she didn't do that bad. So I think she needs to start her campaign now. Well, start building her shit now and say, okay, 2028, I'm running. Because I think she'll be strong, a much stronger candidate this time. I just think I think the party failed her because they could have prepared her and got her ready for this. I think they threw it to the wolves. That's it.
They
I'm
did.
saying
So
that
like,
before I get cut
That's
off again.
that's what I was saying though. Because see, they put her in there. If Biden if Biden would have done what he's supposed to done when it was time for him to file re-election and say no, I'm not running for re-election, and got his butt up out of the way, then we could start that process. Then if she got elected as they delegate, then she could have got her people that got to work for her a whole lot sooner than 107 days. But like I said, she had his people working for her. There's not much that she could say about what she wanted to do different than what he's doing. I know doggone well, as a woman, for one thing, there's a whole lot she would have done different than what he did for these past few years. But she couldn't say that because he is still her boss, really. It's not like she's running for re-election. He's still her boss. Those still his people. So she had to suck it up and hope that she could get elected and then get in there and do what she want to do or do what she planned on doing. But see, we'll never know that because she didn't get a chance to do it.
oh, I
But
all
the
right.
two,
So Listen,
Yeah.
I agree, but
Mhm.
I feel like that's how right there from the beginning we know that when they was trying to talk about the black women vote before they start harboring over the black man, we knew she wasn't a sister. Cause she must evidently ain't never watched Scandal. When she got in there with just hear me out real quick. Like and I said that like to put a little humor in it, but you mean to tell me like she went in that office with that candidate, with the president being as old as he, was, not with a, uh, anything. You feel me? Like not saying she could do like the amazing thing, but like put your shit in order for just in case. You feel me? Do you think that that guy that's behind Trump ain't gonna have a, some kind of mind frame
Yeah.
that he
Right.
could make?
Right.
No, she should have had that type of mind frame.
Right.
You feel me? And
Right.
when the
Right.
opportunity presented herself to step up, she should have went at it. But instead, it was, because at one point they was coming at her about a race and this and basically about her being a woman and her policies and all that. She never really came hard. She hit it with the gentle delicacy. That was remember Hillary. I think a lot of people forgot Hillary Clinton lost the vote because she cried. You feel me? She showed softness and she cried. And we are women, as women are, men cry too, but we as women are emotional. We the ones that's labeled as emotional. But for her to show vulnerability, you know, that made her lose her vote. She didn't come strong enough.
Right.
She should have came strong enough. She should have sat in. If she wasn't doing nothing else, she should have watched Scandal. She should have came in on at her Olivia Pope time. She could have watched How to Get Away with Murder, mix a little Annalise Keaton in there. I'm just, y'all know how I feel about like the education that's in on the TV screens. She could have came a little harder. She did a great job, in my opinion, but she didn't give that oof. They called
The
Trump.
assertiveness.
Trump went and got a trash truck. You feel me? Like he went and actually got a trash truck. People was at the polls in trash bags. You know the kind of
Hmm.
influence you gotta have. I remember when she made VP, everybody was in chucks and pearls. I didn't even see that type of energy, towards her being president. Everybody was more excited about her being a vice president than the president.
Hmm.
She should have came
And that was
stronger
crazy.
and
And that
harder.
was when they
She
should
ain't
have
have
tried
no
to
hood
bring
in her.
her in because she was on top. They should have kept her face out there. They played her behind the scenes so much. She really didn't have a voice. So when it was time for her voice to be heard, so think about it. Like any other VP, like whether it was Pence, whether it was Biden, whoever was running with the presidents, you would hear them speak. They gave speeches when they would go and do negotiations or when they visited certain people or they did some type of community work or whatever. You knew that they were present. They kept her presence behind the scenes until she was needed when Biden was up there running into the wall. Now all of a sudden it's like now we got to put her out there. And you put her out there with these words, and she was kind of like, okay, let me get it together. She wasn't confident enough because she was thrown in the pot.
You know why though, Chanel? Because Obama showed the world what a strong black woman
Yeah.
is. You feel me? And,
Mm-hmm.
and, and what we could do in that power. And I'm not saying that she was the first because there are plenty of black African American women who set stones before, but baby, to be in that seat there, the White
Mm-hmm.
House, and to be so polished yet so unapologetically black. You feel me? Like they seen the best side of us in the highest power of the highest position and power of the country.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, in my honest opinion, that's just me, because we do a lot of talking about the discrimination on black men. But they ain't, in my opinion, she's not an African American woman, but they ain't gonna let no woman get in there before a Caucasian woman. That's just my strong opinion on that. And Hillary was the closest. to getting in there. You feel me? She had a long time, and if she didn't try, she probably would have been opened that door right there. I think the closest chance we have is like a Michelle Obama right now. You know, my girl Jasmine Crockett. I love her. Um,
Oh yeah,
I
Jazz.
really can't think of too many, more like strong, powerful influences on, the Democratic side that would, and other people might can name more. And I would say push for them if you really want to
Yeah.
see a woman in at this point.
Uh,
But seeing both women, a Caucasian woman and an African American woman, neither one of them be made it in, I would just like to see one come up, stand up, against, the government to be able to make a change. I would like
mhm.
to see, we already hit one hurdle with saying, African American in there. So whether it was man or woman, we've seen that in our lifetime, but we have
Yeah.
not seen, what our country can do with, a woman. But I think, to be honest, to maybe, what is contrary to unpopular opinion, I think that her being a woman played more of a factor in this election than any
Mm,
policy, anything, like
mhm.
I
But
think that,
also, not to cut you off, but just to toot my own and pat myself on the back, it confirms something that I've been saying since the beginning of this damn show when we first started the show. That
yeah,
Mm.
black women, because we gonna say black because that's what she called herself this time around, are the most disrespected in this damn country because they didn't do Hillary like they did her. And you saw the disrespect of just a woman and what people really feel about black women was exposed. And that's
You
in
got
this
real,
country and everywhere. So can't nobody argue with me about that we are not the most disrespected and undervalued in this, especially in this country.
and then we
of
don't
I
even
course.
stand
That's a
together,
hundred. That's a
and then we
hundred
don't
percent
stand together.
accurate. But
hey
you got to realize though,
I mhm. Yeah, Paul.
you okay. You got to realize though too, Coco, that Hillary was connected
Yep.
through big
Yep.
money.
She was on
Hillary was
Yep.
connected.
She
and
She
still
was
Caucasian
ain't getting.
she
and
she was
Caucasian.
You still ain't getting.
she was more powerful than Bill.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Believe it or not,
She
she's more
was
powerful than Bill.
And she was a different
Yeah.
color.
And the thing
And she had a little bit
and
more
the thing
respect too.
and the thing and the thing most people don't realize about her is the reason why I didn't care nothing for her. I didn't even vote for her. I didn't. I didn't vote for Trump neither. I didn't vote. It's because she had our
Mhm.
brother Gaddafi killed because he wanted to start his
Yeah.
own shit over there.
yeah.
Gaddafi knew
I
what was
They
do
tried
know
to
going
make
that.
him
on.
look like a damn criminal. They
Yeah,
tried to make him
Gaddafi
look
was
like a
about to
criminal
change
and
the
all this
game.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gaddafi
So
was going to
yeah.
change the
So I
game.
didn't care nothing for her
Yeah.
neither. So see,
With
like
me,
you
with
said,
me, with
they dog, they
yeah.
dog, they dog Kamala out, but they didn't dog Hillary out. Even though she still didn't win, they didn't dog her out for that shit right there and all that stuff.
Yeah.
All the other stuff she
Right,
been
I
up to.
but even with her connections, it still wasn't enough to get in. You feel me?
no.
No, it
She even
wasn't
I
gonna
did,
be.
think.
like you feel me? Is
It
what
Hey,
wasn't
you
it
know
gonna be.
what? You know what? I missed a
Mm-mm.
part of the conversation. But speaking on the voting, I wish I could put the stats up. I got them on my wall right now. Y'all go check it out. It's up there. It's voting by demographics, and nothing in this election was any different from the last election, with the exception more people straight down the line voted for Trump than they did last time. Even with black men, last election with Biden, he got the same votes. Biden got the same votes from black men that Trump got. Nothing changed. Biden got the same vote from black women that Kamala and Trump got. I mean, everything was still the same. Nothing changed. The only thing difference is people changed aisles. Those who voted Democrat voted Republican. It's all on my wall. I got it all from Vital Statistics and the Department of Vital Statistics. It's all on my wall right now. I think with Kamala, like I said, and like I said, I missed most of the conversation with Jude, but I caught the end. Right now, if she's going to run 28, right now is when she needs to start standing on business. Right
Yeah,
now,
I
it's
agree
time
with
to
that.
say,
You
"Hey,
start doing stuff
I'm
like
going
that.
to do this. This is what I'm going to do." Blah 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 blah. As for Trump winning, yes, I was disappointed because when I kept paying attention to the polls, I said, okay, she's making her run, and I was like, she might pull this off, but we got to win Pennsylvania. But I seen Pennsylvania was turning red because see, I was surprised that North Carolina we turned red. I'm glad we got our Democratic governor in there though, because I didn't want that knucklehead Mark Robinson in there. But
Right.
we turned red. We went from blue to red, which that hurt because I really thought we were going to win this state. I thought the Democrats was going to win this state, but we didn't. And
Because North Carolina been passing laws that's been weird for the past couple years,
Yeah.
yeah,
and they've
Right.
been
yeah,
going against women so hard. Man,
Yes.
I wanted
Yes.
to move there
Exactly.
at one point in time, and
Mm-hmm.
it changed me from wanting to move there because it seemed like they can do whatever they want if you are a female in North Carolina. But
Mm-hmm.
I gotta catch up with some of the laws. I got so sick of some of the
I don't
things
know,
that they
Jude.
passed.
You LGBTQ. This might be the place you want to be, especially here in Asheville.
No,
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 that
for
don't.
real.
But see, not what was not what was coming
Oh
and what
well,
they
yeah, it
want to
might be a little
do.
different now because
But
of
can
it's
I
too many
also can I
mosquitoes. It ain't
also
even cause
add
none of that. It's the
can I
mosquitoes.
also add something? I want to also add something
put some
to the
repellent.
to the conversation. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. I want to add something to
Yeah.
the conversation of topic
Uh
that
huh.
of conversation. What I noticed in watching the numbers, actually, let me
Mhm.
read this comment first. I'm gonna read two
Mhm.
comments. Dion on
Mhm.
YouTube says, "It's just insane how disrespectful Black women are treated." Um, Wendy says, "Not standing for these Palestinians either anymore. Who protested and went against her? We need to start standing up for our own rights and agendas. 20% Black men voted for Trump, and 76% white women, and 55% Latino. None of them stand with us, really." Then Dion said North Carolina and Texas. And I also want to say, and to add to that, and I want you guys to piggyback on it, just for topic of conversation.
Uh
With
huh.
watching the numbers, what I noticed was a large percentage of us did vote for Kamala. We voted Democrat. The
Yeah.
issue came in. It wasn't that he already had 100 electoral votes to her 27 when they
Yeah.
first put it up. That
Yeah.
was a major
Yeah.
issue.
Yeah.
Secondly, the same people who voted for her democratically when it came to congressional and to the Senate voted Republican. House
Yep.
way. And the
Yep.
second piece, I'm giving y'all topics that also y'all can just go for what you know. The
You're right.
I'm
second thing
ready.
is we focus so much on the
Like my
presidential
blunt.
election. Nobody focused on that and our local government and all of that shit
Amen.
was on the ballot. And we didn't realize how significant that was. Because if just think about it, if we would have kept that shit blue all the way down, like me and
Mhm.
you talked about before, and me and Bosco
Mhm.
took court back, and this is where I'm gonna have Bosco back. When we talked about straight down the middle, I believe in non-bias. I believe in perspective, and everybody have a right to that choice. We live in a country where
Mhm.
your choice is yours. However, we never said we wasn't going to vote for her. We was always just saying we just want her to stand out and stick to her guns and be more
Yeah.
solidified in her thing, right? But we
Mhm.
also
Right.
said Senate, the Congress, electoral
Yep.
votes. Mike even broke it down, even though he was saying Trump. But the significance and what really matters, we lost sight of that. The president is just
Right.
the face of our government. That's
Right.
it.
Yes.
Exactly. That's it. You know,
So
Coco,
you
and
guys,
that's what I kept saying. We pay like okay. Let's say Kamala won. If you look at how the United States is made right now, there's no way she'd have got any bills passed. We lost almost we they got the House and the Senate, and it's by a landslide. You see how much trouble Obama had trying to get his shit passed. It's worse now because you look at the map, most of the country is red now. It's like maybe 5 or 6 states that are blue. And see, that's where people miss. You got to because
Yeah,
if
you
you lose
got
the
boot.
House and the Senate, no matter who's president up there, it could be Obama, it could be Wilt Chamberlain, it could be Michael Jordan. They're not going to get anything passed.
You know why though,
That's what I kept
Bosco?
harking on last week. We got to pay attention to our state and local elections. But
But
nobody's
let's
hearing me though.
because people because listen. Listen, but I'm gonna tell you what
Uh-huh.
need to happen. This is my projection,
Mhm.
prediction. We
Yeah.
had to make sure I'm picking the right one. Yeah, my
Yeah,
prediction
yeah,
for
I
the
know.
Put that
future.
little pen down.
Yeah.
Every time you hit it, you slur a little
Girl,
different.
listen, because I can't figure out remember, like, what is it? But listen, all right, so Democratic states, we might not like this, but all right, so it gotta be a give and take on both sides. They need to learn how to work together, right? But since they blame all of the mistakes of the former president on the current president, you feel me? Unless
Mm-hmm.
it's the popular vote and everybody like the current president, then the mistake. Forget that it takes at least like 4 to 8 years to actually fix a consistent problem. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Especially as big as we have it. So
Mm-hmm.
if the Republicans really want it that bad, you feel me? Let them fix it as well.
Yeah.
Hate to say this, but a Republican need to go in next time. We want a Democrat, but we don't want them just yet. We want the
Mm-hmm.
Republicans to try to fix the Republican problems. They can understand and get on the world's nerve. I mean, on the country's nerves. Then
Mm-hmm.
put your Democrat in and get your Democratic Party together. But you gotta start with the Republicans because they
Mm-hmm.
lure you in with the money. And we're going to do cut this and cut that, and yada yada, and all this stuff. And if the next president don't agree with building that wall, we didn't try to talk about borders and all that stuff. If the next president, if they fighting against each other to keep this and take that away and keep this and take that away, we'd never be consistent. We'd never get anywhere as a country. So, you know, in order to make them fix it, I feel like make both parties eventually learn that, they are the problem.
Yeah.
And you can
That's why
put
I'm
the
an
right
independent.
person. You just gotta pick the right people at this point, whether it's right. And I agree with that. Like, be independent, because I don't need no party. I
Mm-hmm.
want to be with no more.
I don't
Because
need
I
no
don't.
party.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm glad that this happened because it made me take politics a little more serious. I used to take it way more serious, but I kind of lost my way because it got kind of boring and it was all right, whatever. I've been doing fine. But then the pandemic hit and a lot of shit happened. And now I don't really know. But this campaign right here showed me a lot. I'm gonna be
Yeah,
sitting
Mm-hmm.
down watching some stuff. Y'all gonna be hearing me talk about some people. I'm gonna start liking people and not, hopefully they don't start taking people out, the people that we liked before, because they start getting rid of people when they know they're a challenge. We know how the government. I'm sick of y'all keep
yep.
cheating.
Act
Oh,
like
and
we
I
hate
want to
them,
say
they
this.
gonna win.
I want to say something. Be quiet for a minute because I gotta get my mind back right. I knew since Trump and them always talk about cheating. Let me go ahead and have some fun with this real quick. I knew them motherfuckers cheated this election. That's how I feel a little bit too deep down in my heart. Cause he said somebody asked him a question. They said, Trump, how are you sure you're gonna win this election? He said, I don't know. That's if they don't cheat. If they don't cheat, I'll win. And then he smirked and
Yep.
smiled. And he was green that day. He been green. So he ain't even been yellow. All I'm
Elon
saying
Musk.
is I know
Elon
this
Musk.
ain't right. I know that and then I don't mean no harm. I've seen a few elections in my years in here. And I ain't never turned on the TV and somebody had 100 and something. All right, they was cheat. I don't care. I cheat
How
if
they
I
count
see.
them that quick? The vote,
And
the
then
polls wasn't
and
even
then
closed,
Pennsylvania had to recount out the blue. It
Yeah.
was just so
but she
much.
still won PA. But Wendy
Oh, she did win
said,
PA?
I
No,
thought she lost
no,
PA. She
I
lost
thought
no.
she lost
PA.
PA.
She lost.
She lost
Yeah,
She
she
lost
lost
PA
all
PA.
of that.
they
because they
Yeah,
cheated
she
had
She
lost
that
all
lost
that.
all
well.
of them. She
listen.
lost all of them.
Yep.
Michigan.
Now
Yeah,
they
Michigan,
cheated.
Illinois. Yeah.
I didn't know that because last
Yeah.
I checked, she won. Let me read Wendy comment per production. But North Carolina got a Democratic governor, Josh Stein, and a Democrat Secretary of State also, because people voted blue, state and local, but red for presidency. Pennsylvania had more votes from white counties like area.
Well, see, she assured herself of losing North Carolina, even though they probably gonna vote red anyway. But she assured herself of losing North Carolina when she didn't come here during our
Yep.
tragedy.
Yep. Yep. She didn't come.
She didn't
She
show
didn't
her
show
face
up.
here at all.
And she was
Trump
supposed to
came
come
here
here too.
twice.
to the
Yeah, he came
young
twice.
people who came to
So
support her during the election. To me, that's bold.
no, 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 no,
He
no,
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 ain't
no.
no.
come here
She
either, and
came to
we
North
still voted
Carolina.
for her.
This is what I'm saying. She came to North
Yeah,
Carolina,
I'm messing with y'all,
but she
messing
did
with
not
y'all.
come to Asheville.
she didn't come to Asheville, and Asheville
That's
is
what
one of
she
I'm
them
should have came up
cities.
here and made
but what
herself
I'm
known to
saying
the
is
people up here.
I'm not surprised because even when they announced him as the winner, them young people that traveled to support her, she couldn't, and she was supposed to come out and greet them and say hello.
He
She
ain't even
couldn't
come
do
out.
that. That
She
spoke
didn't do it.
volumes to me.
She was choked up in the thing. She
Okay, I'm gonna let you see me choked up. Let me let you see me be a real human being, a person.
Well, hey, still
Yeah,
Because
that
that's
okay.
something
Back.
that's like that's like if I said something, so he just big DJ or whatever, and then people travel to see him and they pay for VIP, or they like, oh yeah, we get to meet and you and he agreed to meet you, whether he break a wrist or do whatever, he needs to still come out and play his part because people don't have to do that. That's still part of your support. And if you do choose to run again, that's something that people remember and that's something that circulates.
you know some Coco.
Okay.
You know something.
Yeah.
Check this out. You know, and
What are they?
and people might say, "Oh, you boosting up Trump." No, I'm not. But I always say the last president to come here
Yeah.
to Asheville was Obama. He came twice.
Oh
The
yeah.
only president that's been here other than Obama was Bush and Trump. Think about that.
Biden flew over.
Bush
No, I
and
want you
Trump.
Biden
to
flew over.
elaborate.
He
Biden
flew
and the
over.
governor, they flew over.
They flew over.
Kamala didn't even show up. The
Didn't show
Waltz
up.
guy, he came here twice, but he disappeared on election night. You ain't
He
heard nothing from
disappeared.
him or
Yeah,
seen him.
yeah.
That's
He
something
came
he's
in.
just like
Yeah,
a damn ghost. He done disappeared. So I'm saying
yeah.
they the Democratic Party failed themselves.
yes,
They
they
And
did.
did.
we
They
and
did.
we as black people gotta realize, we as black people gotta realize this. That they gotta hold themselves accountable. We
Right.
cannot be mad at each other or people talking about what Trump doing
No.
this or whatever. People seeing that hey, the Democratic Party, y'all not doing nothing, y'all not wanting to do nothing, y'all comfortable in giving money away instead of giving it away here at
Thank
home.
you. Right.
Yeah.
You want to give it
Right.
to these strangers. Guess what? Now it's going to be some it's going to be some black jobs.
Okay,
That's a
let's
little light
talk about
joke, but
that. Hold
hey,
on. Can we can
Hold on before we
let's
hold on
talk
hold on
about
hold on hold on Coco before we go just before we go to
hold
that.
on.
It's just like when the Hurricane Helene hit here. We fought to try to get all this help from the government, but they sent $645 million to Ukraine while we in here with no water, no lights.
Mm-hmm.
Half the city is out in the street. It
Mm-hmm.
took
no telephone service, cut off from the world.
right, but
Shit.
they sent $645 million to Ukraine.
Yeah.
We could
And
have
still
used
we're
that
spending money
here.
after that.
And they still sending money,
It's,
and we sitting here still. And
yep.
still, people here don't even have. Look, we don't even have clean water yet. We won't have clean water until next month,
No, maybe December when they put the
December. Yeah,
the
December. Yeah, mid
filtration
December.
system
Yeah,
in.
we still don't have clean water.
And that's crazy in this
Yes,
country.
and
That's
see that.
crazy.
But they
And
won't give
she
everybody seven
came
hundred and
here.
fifty damn dollars. They
It's
won't
Yeah,
give you
all
and
seven
she
hundred
about.
and fifty
came.
dollars.
Don't you
Then
know
take you
the
to hell to
saying
get there.
blood's supposed to be thicker than water, and people be
Right,
like,
had
you
she
know, F
come
that
here and
blood.
said
That's how
something.
the
Mm-hmm.
government feel about the country, because
Yep.
Look,
you care more about the alliances than building home
yeah,
first, building
when
the
she didn't come
infrastructure.
here, when she didn't come here, it rubbed a lot of people in this state the wrong way, especially with Trump showing up and she didn't. It rubbed a lot of people the wrong way.
So Wendy
That
said
was
we'll
it.
see if there are more jobs. Everyone better be moved up to the east side in these 4 years. I want to elaborate on the black job thing.
Yeah,
I'm gonna play devil's advocate. I'm gonna give perspective, okay? And I want
that's what we
everybody to
do.
hear me out. And you can disagree. You can disagree after, right?
Hmm.
So I had a conversation with a group of
Uh huh.
people, diverse group of people. That
Hmm.
statement came up. Oh yeah, everybody y'all black jobs. I said take the black out of it. And his delivery and his wording was definitely wrong. I'm gonna tell you, the black job is the laborer. Who
Right.
does the most labor work in this country and jobs? Us and other people and undocumented, right?
Hmm.
So let me give you an example. The example I used was a warehouse worker, union, right? So let's say
Yep.
you're a warehouse worker and you and your coworkers, y'all black, y'all feel like y'all not being treated fairly, y'all haven't had a raise in years, whatever. You
Hmm.
union, you can protest, right? And this is something that happens. Jude
Right.
can co-sign it. So let's just
Hmm.
say y'all do a protest, which you can do. The employers say, all right, we can let them all go. Because why? Because you got a group of undocumented people who will
Hmm.
work for less than what they're going to pay you and under the
Hmm.
table because they want to stay under the radar. They going to still get production done and do whatever. And guess who's out of the job?
Yep.
You. So
Yep.
when he make comments of the, and I'm not, I'm just using that for an example. I'm not targeting a specific race. So should he have specified a race? No, but look at the underlying issue. And sometimes we gotta, but please don't take this the wrong way. This is the only way I know how to say it. We gotta stop being sensitive about certain words and really look at. Let me know. That's not the right thing to say.
That was perfect.
I
Keep
know. No,
on.
I know what you said. No, I know what you
So
said. Yes. Say
when
it. Say it.
we miss the purpose of it because we dislike the person. That was definitely the wrong messenger, but the right message.
Right.
Because that's what the job is. So when you think about it, and the type of work that I do, and when we also, let me just tie it all together. When we talk about people's choice of what they vote for, look at who's saying they're voting for him. What do they do? What bracket are they in? And what type of lifestyle do they have? They're not the average American citizen for the most part. The average American is making less than six figures. Most people who
Yeah.
vote for Trump is close to six figures or over, and they ain't worried about Medicare, certain things like that, because they got a nice little cushion. They feel secure.
Right.
And they're the ones that's providing the black jobs, quote unquote. Right?
Right.
So they're
Yep.
gonna go that way. We're looking for me personally. I want to know what's up with my Medicare. I want to know what's up with my kids' tuition. I want to know, give me financial stability, security, and all of those things. So if you do
Hmm.
this, the type of work that I do, and I see how many black men lose their jobs, and then I see how many others come in with these jobs
Hmm.
instantly. I'm seeing a
Yep.
whole different perspective. Everybody's argument is going to be different depending on your walk of life. So sometimes we gotta. It's like sometimes you gotta get outside your own box and your own way of thinking and think outside the box. We're in a country where everybody has different walks of life, and it's all about perspective. We may not agree with it. That don't mean it's wrong.
Right. Because
Yeah, I
like in the
agree with that.
military, when I was in the military, um, I got to admit, when I was in the military, if you was this some years ago. This is not recently. This 15, 20 years ago. But when I was, if you, it was best for you to vote Republican. I'll put it that way. If you was in the military, so I can't fault people who vote Republican. Now it's a little different because now it's saying the Republicans don't give a shit about the military. But back then, if you're a Republican, I mean, if you're military, you vote Republican because you're gonna get everything you need. They're gonna take care of you. Because back then, the Democrats didn't give a shit about the military. But now it's a little different. Democrats care about the military. Well, the Republicans, they just peddle the military to push their thing. It depends. Okay, I've been talking ever since I don't know how long. I feel I talk to everybody on Facebook. I got an open network. I talk to people who don't agree with me. I talk to everybody because I try to get perspective from different places, different demographics to find out what's going on. That's why I get called nigga a lot by a lot of white people. But anyway, when I spoke to the black men, the ones who spoke, and I got a lot of black Trump supporters, and they're all male with about except maybe like three females, three black females. This is what they all say, and this is what the black community talks about. I'm trying to get my money, and that's what they say. I'm trying to get my money, and under Trump, I made. We all sit on it. We want our money. That's what black people say. Money, 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 money. That's why they voted for the money. They didn't think about abortion or anything else. To where with me, I'm down the middle. I'm thinking about the money. I'm thinking about the health care. I'm thinking about abortion. I'm thinking about all of this stuff because all of this stuff matters. Even though abortion don't no concern me. I got four daughters, so it does concern me because they're my life. So I think about all these stuff that go on. People vote. You got a lot of people who vote against their interests, of course, But you got people who vote for their, and so you can't knock a man who votes. And like I said, I'm not stroking Trump. I'm just saying we're speaking down the line objectively. You can't fault a man who votes for a person who talks about money because that's what they're about. I always say if you want money, you vote for the Republicans. You vote if you want the other stuff, you vote for the Democrats. It's your choice. You make the decision. There's no right or wrong answer. Like with this election, I wasn't too keen for neither one, but I wanted Kamala because we need a change. Period. Because we already seen what Trump can do, or we seen what he's like. We already know. We know his supporters are like. I didn't want to see that again. So we got to stop knocking people for voting for this person because they got their own reasons. In the end, we have to take care of ourselves. Period. We got to take care of ourselves regardless of what's going on out there with these guys. Because in the end, it's going to affect us. And if you're not ready, if you're not stacking your money now, you're not stacking your water, you're not stacking all the stuff that you need moving forward, and something go down, it's your fault. We got to pay attention to
Right.
what's going
Yeah.
on and what's going on going forward. Because we got a lot of shit waiting on us going forward. Go ahead. I got to turn on my
Okay,
camera.
so now,
What the hell am I doing?
yeah, you off the screen. I don't even know who on there.
I don't forgot.
Jude the one off the screen.
Oh, man,
I'm
I'm
just
sitting
seeing
here,
Coco by my
This
open.
this ain't the
I'm
But
on the
time.
anyway,
screen.
I think
sitting
this
here
is
I
this
don't
making
is
see, I don't
I
see
think
nobody
this
but.
You
because
can't
I'm
and
not
Okay,
on the
come
so
screen.
now,
I
in.
got I got to get I got to get on the screen.
yeah, the
no,
black
I
job
Yo, go
thing.
ahead.
When
I'm
when
on
I
there.
said
You
the black job, when I when I said black jobs, I'm talking about. I had to do some looking into that because I don't take everything Trump say at face value.
right.
And black
Oh hell no.
jobs are jobs that you get paid to do without being on the books or anybody's books and anything. You're getting paid basically under the table. So
On the
you're getting
table.
off
Yeah.
the book money. That's what black jobs are.
How the hell?
So that's what he meant by that, I would assume. But I'm not going like Bosco said, I'm not stroking the man's ego because he does it by himself well enough.
Yeah.
Okay. The thing with
I
the
got something
Hispanic
to say
votes,
about the black
the,
jobs.
the, the Hispanic votes this man got. Folks gotta realize you got a whole lot of legal Hispanic people that are tired of having fingers pointed at them for the stuff that these illegal immigrants are doing coming into this country.
I agree. I
So you
agree.
see, they had no problem. They had no problem
Yeah.
voting for Trump and his mass deportation. They're trying to say, hey, get their asses gone. Shit, they fucking up things for us. We got it good over here. We don't need that. I'm just making an assumption. I mean, everybody does that, so I'm just
Yeah.
making
Yeah.
an
No. No.
assumption.
No. No.
You
You're
know?
right. You're right.
So that's why I'm
They-
looking at that like that because ain't nowhere in the world if y'all felt so strongly against what he said as the Hispanic bloc, because they all stick together, because they all live
mhm.
together, so they all stick together. So ain't no way in the world all y'all gonna vote for this man knowing that y'all risk being deported, or you somebody in
Yeah.
your family risk being deported. Y'all say, hey, we got it good over here. We're not trying to let these fools mess it up.
I, can I say
So now
something?
I'm
And
Uh
can
I'm
I
huh.
play devil's
oh,
advocate one more time?
Uh huh.
As as a person, because what I do is listen all day. When I listen to him speak, when he talks
Hmm.
about the deportation, have we all actually listened to what he has repeatedly said and the
That's the
people who
thing.
he wants deported?
People not
Do he
listening.
label them? Yes, because he's an a-hole, right? But he is specific about the ones who come here and put
Undocumented.
and display violence
Hmm.
on American citizens because
yes,
they're fleeing from there and they're bringing it here, and we are under attack in our own country.
yes,
Okay, do
Yeah,
that
he
make
talking
sense?
about
Yep.
all the undocumented, everybody who's sneaking in the
Yeah.
country, you know,
Right.
And
illegally. He want to put them out. And to be honest, I don't disagree with that. I've never disagreed with that because I've paid attention to other country borders. I see how when Americans get locked up over in other countries, sometimes it is a
Oh, they
wreck
don't
for
play.
us over there.
yeah,
And the
They don't
US
play.
can't do nothing about it. So we
Hmm.
can't be lenient on things like that over here. And
Look at
right.
Canada.
I was sitting in my classroom in 9/11, so I remember
Mhm.
9/11. That was the first time
Mhm.
I experienced something like that. And, it's been other things. I'm going to just say this. I'm pretty sure it's hard to fight other countries at war when we've been at war over here amongst each other since the beginning of time. This country has
Yep.
always been, we never stopped being at war. They bombed everything. They don't just, it went from bombing, black people to bombing structures to bombing race,
Mhm.
when people out at a marathon, you feel me,
Mhm.
like to just setting things on fire. This just don't even matter. The world itself is wicked, but just to get up for everybody else, our country is just been wicked.
Mhm.
We go that's just the way of the world. And today, because the world hated on women, I'm going to say it's been a man's way since the forever. They even hated on the first Elizabeth because she ain't even want to, you feel me? She ain't want to
Mhm.
follow the rules, all I'm saying. Y'all been
Mhm.
hating on us since forever. Cleopatra, everybody. Y'all just be
Yes.
hating every time I think about it. It
And
don't even matter. Don't even matter when Michelle got in the office, her hair, she was to this, to that. She wasn't dressed like a lady, first lady. You
Mhm.
feel me? Y'all hated on the
she was
Kennedy
called all
wife.
kinds of
It
names.
don't even
Yes.
matter.
But
When
Mhm.
Michelle
Mary,
called it the worst as a
listen,
wife because of her
Chanel,
Yeah, Michelle for the
suppression.
worst.
I mean,
Yeah.
Coco, I'm gonna take it back even further. It's
Right.
been since Jesus' days. They hated on Mary because she was a virgin. And you feel me? It's
She
always
wasn't
been
no
a
damn
hate.
virgin.
It's always been a
Yes,
hate.
she was.
Every since.
Yes,
No, I'm
she
Every
joking.
was.
since.
I'm joking.
The
I'm
only one
joking.
we can all agree on that we all got problem with is Eve. We'll never understand her. Nobody claim her the women or the men. You feel me? She like you feel me? But other than that, like it's been since forever. Mary, y'all
Yeah.
hate on us since Mary. I just wanted to get that off my chest. But
I
no, back
got.
in
You needed that. I got
wait a
one
minute, wait
thing.
before we scout on. My fault. I think a lot of people forget. Like right now, we hit it into a recession, like kind of already
yeah.
in one.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
I was around for the last one, and Coco had brought up like a lot of black men losing their jobs. Um, my father was affected by like that last one, and a lot of men, my father included, never really recovered from it. You feel me? And and a lot of people talk about like, oh, what the government did with the guy. It took like 8 years to get out of what you know happens, with wars and all that. So I do agree we need to do better with our money. The country some of us owe taxes. Some of us,
Me
and
too.
y'all, and the country owe taxes, and they taxing us, but they ain't paying their debt, and then they
Yep.
giving money away, but then they ain't giving it to us. We ain't get like I just don't understand it. Like
Mhm.
I don't want to say like I don't care who's in office. They just lie so much at this
Mhm.
point and played in our face so bad with this election here that if we as the citizens don't like for real do
Mhm.
something, like we doomed over here for real. And everybody laugh at that third world country stuff, but
Shit, we the third
this
world country now.
this this
That's what I said
this is
today.
you know
We the third world country now.
Can I add
Yep.
and
something real quick?
Hey, that man called. That man got on the phone. Oh, I didn't mean to cut you off, but
Go ahead.
that man in Ukraine, y'all was talking about sending all that money to Ukraine. Trump done already told him ain't y'all ain't getting no more money.
Didn't he?
So
And I
he told him
agree
already, y'all not getting no more money.
because they
Didn't he?
gonna do the same for us. They'll turn the other cheek.
So
That's
now,
what got me
no.
with him.
So now
He's
what he
like,
gotta do now?
he's like,
What
no
Ukraine?
more of this.
What Zelensky done? No, he got in touch with Trump and got to congratulate him and all that stuff. Now he know he got to make some kind of deal because Trump and Putin are buddies. So now
Yeah.
you better get in line here because you're not getting no more money. So that's to be more money saved right here,
yeah,
put towards the states. That's gonna be money saved right there.
Mhm.
Now
Yep.
he said that's one thing. That's a good thing. They need to stop fighting each other anyway. I mean, fuck it. You're
They
not
do.
winning. Y'all ain't doing them taking money from us.
And waste. Yep.
Yep.
You're taking
What
I
money
agree.
from us. And then y'all come over here taking our benefits as well as the people south of the border. Y'all coming over
Mm-hmm.
here legally and y'all getting benefits quick as hell.
Mm-hmm.
So
And see
that's
that,
another
and that's
that's being more people being paid for. So yeah.
and
So
see, Paul, that's the reason. That's the issue I had with the Democrat. I'm like, stop giving these people money. We need the money here. We got sorry ass roads, bridges, schools getting shut down. We don't have no enrichment programs for children. You know how it is here, Paul.
oh
We
yeah,
ain't got no
yeah,
free kids to go here. Put
yeah.
that 645 million they sent to freaking Ukraine last month while we're over here trying to find clean water just to even drink. It could have helped us big time here.
Yeah,
But
but
you're gonna send it over to these guys. Hell with that
you know
shit,
we
man.
Real quick.
we've had all women leadership here for quite a while now.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
the
we
most,
have.
but
Yeah.
we have had all women leadership here leading our
Mm-hmm.
city,
Yep.
and they have not thought about nothing but building
Nope.
hotels and
Yep.
breweries and all that good stuff and attracting tourists,
How is
while
our
our
mayor still in
infrastructure went to
office?
hell.
How
As
is our mayor
tourists
Our
still in
bring
infrastructure,
office?
money in.
but
Can
our
I give a
infrastructure went
history
to
lesson
hell.
real quick?
But see what they think. But see
That's
what they do with the
Hold
crazy.
on,
hotels
Bosco.
here. They
Hold on,
tearing down the
Bosco.
neighborhoods.
Hold on,
Oh no,
Bosco.
I was answering. I was answering. Jude. That's what I was saying.
No, but
They
I
tearing
gotta
our
say this
communities
before
down
I
though,
forget.
and putting the hotels there. That's the
Yeah, let me
problem.
say this before I
Um,
forget.
Yeah.
I just want to give a little lesson. That's something that was taught to me by my grandmother before I was old.
Mm-hmm.
So go back to the sensitivity. Something that we've been
Uh.
seeing on to back to the election and kind of what's going on now.
Mm-hmm.
We complaining, we crying. So I used to cry when things get heavy, things go rough or don't go the way that we think they're supposed to go. I would sit there, I would cry, and she'd be like, "What you crying for? What you gonna do about it? Can't sit there and cry."
Mm-hmm.
So no shade to nobody. I understand y'all can express yourself, y'all can do whatever you want to do. But what I see is everybody is soaking in their emotions. We're
Mm-hmm.
blaming each other. What is
Mm-hmm.
expected? So the one thing that stood out to me when my grandmother used to teach us about their fight, when you are raised by people who fought for this right that we had to vote, all right, it didn't
Mm-hmm.
go our way. You still band together until you get something. Everything might
Mm-hmm.
not go your way, but they fought
Mm-hmm.
until something went their way. They didn't sit
Mm-hmm.
around and blame each other and say what they did not do. So when I say we get so sensitive and we get so emotional and people
Mm-hmm.
laugh at us because they know all we're going to do is sit around and cry about it,
mhm.
complain
Mm-hmm.
about it, and point a
Mm-hmm.
finger. But what are we going to do? What do we do to change the narrative? Because it has to start with us. So I
Yep.
look at and I think about, and I always think about that conversation, especially when I get in my feelings. Because everybody who knows me knows I'm extremely emotional. And I have to be like, all right, so what you gonna do about it? And people be
That's
like, how do
me.
you pick yourself up? How do you keep going? I always remember that conversation. All right, so what you gonna do? You gonna let somebody, keep you down? She always instilled that, and I never understood why. I'm like, why they so damn strong? Well, we black women, especially, I ain't no shade to the all men's, but I get it. And in certain situations, those conversations make sense, and especially from a woman's standpoint, because they went through being beat up, being the same
Mm-hmm.
thing the men went through, but they were always overlooked. So it's like you can't sit around and cry about it. You gotta make your presence known some way, shape, or form. So what we gonna do about it? So my question up here would be, what would y'all like to see change? We know what the fuck wrong.
Mm-hmm.
What we like
Where
to
do I
see
start?
change.
Nigga, really?
Go ahead.
What do I like to see changed? First of all, we need to take care of home. Stop sending money across the water. Period.
Mm-hmm.
That's my first thing because that's taking like they used to say back in the day. That's our tax dollars. Why are we using our tax dollars to take care of them? Our tax dollars should be taking care of us.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first. That's the first rule. That's the first thing in order. You know. After that, do we have a health care plan? That's the one thing he said. He said he had, but he said, "Oh, I got to put it together."
Mm-hmm.
We need a health care plan. Schools, a lot of school like here. Paul will tell you, and like I said, my niece will say, They shut down school. Shoot, here they shut it like with the hotels. They seem like they build up, and I work for a hotel, but I see straight up front. We got more hotels here in this town. And actually, it's small. We got more hotels here than we have schools. They're everywhere. I mean, two or three, and I'm not talking about Super 8. I'm talking like Marriott and Hilton everywhere. Don't say you can't find a hotel here. If so, you're lying. You never been here. That's one of the main problems. And they tearing down, and that's like Paul said about our leadership here. They're tearing down our communities to put the hotels there. That's the part. That's the bad part about it. And then when they do build affordable housing here, and that's a local thing, which is true, but that's still part of the government. When they do put so-called affordable housing here, you can't afford it. So, like, so the main thing is, I guess, close the borders, stop sending money across the water. Period.
Okay. See, see,
Yes,
see
they
how
are,
see
Fallon.
how that
No,
turned and
you're
everybody
right,
got
Fallon.
calm when
You're
you
right,
talk about
Fallon.
positivity.
Huh? Say
I
again.
said,
You need to read some more comments.
see how everything changed, and when we started talking about change and positivity, it got calm and serene. Look at Jude. Jude is light as a feather.
Yeah, she's flying.
Let me
Yes,
see you.
I am. I had to stop for a minute.
All right, so all right. I'm gonna go through some comments because there was some good comments. I heard Paul
Fallon
just say.
nails it though. She's right.
All right, so I don't know how far back we gonna go. How far back should I go?
Go a long
Um,
way back.
go go
Okay,
way up.
okay, so I'm gonna start where I left off.
Mm-hmm.
Wendy said, "I don't even care about them deport. I'm concerned about my people." Um, Quentin said, "Chanel casual convo. Facts. We are too sensitive about everything. Words have been
Mm-hmm.
weaponized. People need to understand that this is psyop." Then
Mm-hmm.
he also says, in reality, the illusion of control and the illusion of choice. Um, and oh, when Wendy said something about what you guys were going through with FEMA, she was saying about how much they give every person for FEMA. I said that's crazy because that's what they give across the board. I said we have billions to give to Ukraine, but we should have billions to give to us. Um, and then Dion said, yes, indeed. I'm not sure what that was about. But then
Beyonce.
Quentin
You
said,
said Beyonce?
no, Dion.
Oh, I think you said Beyonce.
And then Quentin said the
Dion said,
country. Quentin said the country was founded by racism, violence, and misogyny. KRS-One said it best: "There can never be justice on stolen
On
land."
stolen land. Yep.
And then Dion said, to quote the late Eddie Guerrero, "They lie, they cheat, they steal." And then, then
Who said that?
Dion.
The
Dion on YouTube, by the way. So shout out to YouTube.
yeah.
Quentin says technically this is a repeat of what happened to the Roman Empire. Look up bread and
Mm-hmm.
circuses.
Mm-hmm.
Then Morena said, um, Idris Salam, Chanel. Last night, I faced one of the men who voted to end my daughter's school. He
Sure
was
did.
running for school board. That school was an amazing public Montessori. I don't know. Y'all know I don't. Does that say
Montessori.
that right?
Montessori.
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 Y'all know I be doing on them things, them birds. Then it just says replying to Quentin, yes, sir. And then Quentin said, I tell people to get this book, Behold a Pale Horse by William Cooper. It
Mm-hmm.
explains a lot.
We had to
And then
read that in school.
Morena said, are they going to return the favor to help us? No. And I said, no, we got to help us. So then Fallon
Mm-hmm.
said, but isn't the Republicans trying to get rid of the Department of Education, or am I misinformed? And then it just said, yep,
Yep.
it's crazy. Um, and then Morena said to Fallon, yes, and everything enrichment. It reminds me of when the regular citizens couldn't afford to send their children to school and only the wealthy and prestigious could. Yes. This is why, going back to the beginning, when we
Mm-hmm.
had the discussion of local and state and get to know I'm gonna tell you something. I know. I keep going back to my family because my family was they was on the they ain't play no games. They when you know when they say stand on business.
Mm-hmm.
My grandmother was 4'11",
Uh,
but when she came through, she was like 6'4", and she would go down City Hall for anything and demand answers. I'm gonna tell you, they knew her and they would call that house and Miss yes Vivian, yes, don't Vivian me. What's up? That's how she used to talk to them. And she would go down there. What we don't do. And just imagine if you go back, how many older people knew people at City Hall and they could walk in there, they knew them, they built those relationships, and then they were part of the reasons why certain neighborhoods were taken care of because of that presence was there.
mm-hmm.
One thing we don't do, we don't know who our councilman, we don't know who our
Nope.
district people are, we don't know
Nope.
who in City Hall where
Nope.
we live. So we gotta start there too. So what's being taken from us, honestly and truthfully, let's just be realistic about it. It's something that we allow because we don't have a voice. We allow our voices to be silent, but we'll be on social media and we'll complain to each other. Is part of like what I'm saying, and we'll sit up there and play the blame game. But where we need to have our presence and voices be heard, we don't go.
We worry about the wrong shit, like I've always said. Now, Paul, I give Paul credit. He
Yeah,
always
Paul,
up in the
the
place.
mayor.
Yeah,
Shout out to
no, he
Paul.
always up in the place. So there's no, you
Look,
know.
you see, he quiet because he's like, she ain't talking about me. She talking about
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Cause I'm gonna tell you that's one thing I don't. Since I got involved in going to these meetings, so that's one thing I learned and I see. Like
Yeah,
you
they
said,
hate
there's
seeing
none
you
of
come.
us in these rooms. There's none of us there. There's none of us there.
I
I said,
wish I could make
okay,
it
for
there,
us,
man.
for here in Asheville, we got 3 that sit on city council.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
in the room, as far as the public, the community, there's none of us there. So you got these people up here on these little committees. They got commissions, whatever, whatnot, and
Mm-hmm.
there's none of our faces on them neither. But they making decisions for us,
Mhm.
and nobody's up
Yeah.
there speaking for us. So they getting this stuff done without any of us knowing what's going on. They complain, well, dang, they done this, da 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 da. But yeah, if y'all had been there, y'all could have seen what's going on and know this was going on, or you can pay attention when somebody trying to tell you what's going on.
Yep.
The
Yep.
city, our city council has shut down city council meetings to after the first of the year. Why?
That's
Why?
because y'all
Because
just
y'all
don't.
don't want to answer these doggone questions that people want
That's what
answers
it
to.
is. Yep.
Yep.
Y'all
That's
want
what
to
it
duck
is.
and dive. The election was
Mhm.
just held yesterday. Two of the city council, two of the city council members whose seat was up for re-election, won over, got their votes through, and one guy was elected with them, both his. He was elected to go in
Yeah.
there with them because the vice
Yeah.
mayor she didn't run for re-election, which she shouldn't have ran anyway. But
Yeah.
oh, okay, but so yeah, so now y'all done shut down city council meetings, which supposed to be every second Tuesday
Tuesday. Yep.
of the month. Y'all shut them down. We ain't had number one, and that was right for the little vigil
For the
for the
thing.
after
Yeah.
the Halloween.
Yeah.
So now, no more city council meetings until the first of the year. So nobody's gonna question y'all about what's going on. How come y'all didn't do this? Why was there no
Yep.
safeguards? Why was no warning? Why was there
Mm-hmm.
nothing to prepare
Nothing.
nobody for anything?
Yep.
Because we were not prepared for this.
Nope. Not in the least.
And there was no warnings, no warnings or nothing.
You know
What
how
happened
they
to
used to
them
give the
sirens
warning
and sirens
signal?
that
They
go
didn't
off
give
and
us
all that
no
kind of stuff?
warning.
Who
We didn't
you
know
What happened?
warning though
nothing.
when ain't nobody present?
We
So
didn't.
that's something that they just do that they because who's going to notice? You notice because you're present. But think about it. If nobody's present, nobody even knows that they MIA.
Yep.
They knew that dam was ready to go out there,
They
that
already knew that.
reservoir. They knew that.
They knew that. They
They
knew
were
that
trying, they were trying
long
to release the
ago.
water and trying to release it, but they knew that dam's getting ready to go. So why didn't
They
y'all go
knew
ahead and
that.
let people know?
They knew that
Why didn't y'all let people
long
know?
ago. Long ago. And they didn't do nothing about it.
Y'all know how much water that reservoir holds.
Yep.
You seen how dangerous it was getting. You supposed to have
Yep.
known the way that they predicted the rain to keep coming, it wasn't gonna stop going up. So how
And
come
people
y'all didn't
kept
alert the
complaining,
public?
saying, "Hey, we need this thing fixed. We need this thing. We need this thing fixed." They would never do it, and boom, it fell. It fell apart. That's why with the conspiracy. Oh, they blew that thing up. No, that wall, that thing was about to go. That thing was about to go. We all knew that, and it did, and it came all the way down and hit us the worst. Well,
Yeah, they
Even
should have
they wiped out
increased
a
with
your
couple of
Flint,
towns,
state
like completely wiped
taxes.
them out.
yeah,
They
Huh?
listen.
Flint
They
still going
should have.
through water
They
crisis.
should have did like Maryland would have did when a pipe bust down this motherfucker. They should have increased your state taxes, and that's the way of the government
I
asking
can
the
pay for
state
it.
to borrow. Asking you to borrow money.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, should have increased your pays a little bit for real down there, because I know down there compared to up here the pay scales are different, but your government,
Yeah.
that's probably why, in all honesty, they try and bring the money in because, to build up the economy, down there, which
Mm-hmm.
is kind of like a give and take with shit like that. However,
Mm-hmm.
When
when
you
you try
destroy
and do
it,
that,
you rebuild it.
when we in like the stress, that's when the insurance policy supposed to kick in, the government, and send money down there to fix the at least towards fixing the infrastructure. I mean, they got one. The president got on the soon to be former president got on the news and told us he was gonna fix our bridge.
Oh, I gotta ask y'all a question. You two,
They don't
both of y'all.
remember no more.
Hey,
But the
did y'all ever have a person named Cheryl Brooks that worked on city council or whatever? Does that name sound familiar?
I don't think it was Brooks. It was
Well,
it was a Cheryl, but I don't think her last name was Brooks.
That name
yeah.
sound familiar.
You wanna know
Yeah,
she
I
was
think
black,
it's
right?
yeah.
She's black, right? Y'all
Hmm.
wanna hear something?
Wait a minute, I don't
I
think so, because supposedly, well,
I
I don't
think her name
know.
was Brooks. It might have been Brooks when she was young. I can't remember.
Oh,
But
What she do?
she's about my age, right?
Hmm.
About 50 something, 60 maybe.
What she still?
I dated her.
if she was, if she
I dated when
wasn't,
my mother lived in Baltimore.
did she got any charges, any criminal
That
stuff?
might
That's
be
how
that
you
might be
know
that
You
might be
know,
her. That
our,
might be her.
our
if
women
you
politicians, they be
That
saying
they
stuff.
don't
that
make
that,
it, they
that when
don't
my
make it.
mother,
What's her
hey,
criminal background?
hey, that might be her. 'Cause when my mother lived in Maryland, I think I might have
Mhm.
been like 14 or 15, and I was going to Booker T. I went to Booker T for a year. Um, yeah, I was dating her.
She lived in Baltimore. You keep
You
you
know,
keep mixing that
can,
shit.
can I say something real quick, y'all?
And she might
I
have had
was
them
just
charges because she was kind of a yeah. She might.
well, send us a picture. Put a picture up. I need to see
I ain't
her.
got a picture though. I was 14 or
She,
15. That was 45 years ago.
is she? Well, do you know if she married now?
She probably
Is her
is. Let me
name
see. I'm
still
gonna look her up.
Brooks?
I think her
Yeah,
last
she
name
was
was
a city.
Brooks.
She was.
I remember
If
a
she was a
Cheryl
city
though.
councilwoman, you should look up Councilwoman Brooks. I
That's what I'm
guess.
doing
How do
now.
y'all feel about welfare? Put it like
Oh
that. How do
wait,
y'all feel about welfare?
wait a minute.
Do y'all
I'm
think
gonna talk about welfare.
do y'all feel like welfare is a hindrance?
I,
No.
I do and I don't. I feel like the program is poorly put together and it need to be revamped. They're doing that here in Baltimore. They
Yes.
tore down. They turned down a lot of stuff. They putting stuff up. They even making, like, at one point in time, the girl, they wasn't paying water bill, or you had to be on a certain part of um housing to have to pay. Yeah, some people still get their cheap rent, stuff like that, but I feel like rent shouldn't be as expensive as it is. Everything shouldn't be as expensive as it is. It should be
Yeah.
affordable living in
Yes.
America.
Yeah.
It should be
Affordable
most definitely
housing
affordable.
is 500,000 or still two
Yeah,
thousand
like
dollars
that's weird, like
affordable.
that's crazy, that is fucking
Hmm.
crazy. If you still, like, in most
Hmm.
places, paying people the bare minimum.
Hmm.
And you feel me? Like, there are countries that, fucking taxi cab driver make more than half of our country. You feel me? And over here, a taxi cab driver job is like, nobody would really, like, it's weird. You feel
Yeah.
me?
Yeah.
Like, just this weird behavior. But anyway, um, dang, I know I be well about this, but I forget. Um, what was Dad, what was I saying? I was saying something. What were we talking about? Oh, welfare. I don't agree with welfare. I had a moment. I don't agree with welfare. I don't agree with welfare because I
Oh
pay
man.
taxes. You feel
Hmm.
me? Um, I pay taxes. Oh yeah. So this all ties in together. It makes sense that I was playing in my head. I pay taxes, and I'm sick of paying taxes to take care of people that don't want to take care of themselves. I do see people getting sick of it. You got some people taking advantage of it, and
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the program is poorly managed because it is hard for the elderly to get what they really need,
That part.
and
Mm-hmm.
then it's hard for a mother
Mm-hmm.
that's working that need assistance because
Yeah.
either the I'm gonna take it further than baby fathers getting locked up and
Mm-hmm.
not being there, killed, like murdered to the
Mm-hmm.
streets. These kids don't have no father no more. The choice to be put in prison or not take care of your child is your choice. And with some of these laws that they try and pass, y'all better be careful with that because I feel like soon I'm gonna start saying it because I don't plan on having no kids, but for my females that this might get pregnant and don't want to be pregnant. I feel like y'all should start talking about laws like, well, if we gotta keep the kid, then the man should automatically have to go on child support, and that'll stop niggas from wanting y'all to not be having the right to not
100%. Yep.
choose the if you want to have a kid or not. Like, start
Mm-hmm.
attacking some of the men's rights. No, but I'm not trying to attack the men anymore. I'm just trying to help my sex out from a one man's point of view, because I don't y'all know I'm grown man, I'm mad at heart, but y'all know I'm mad. Don't kick me out. Men, don't kick me out. I still am a
Oh
man at heart.
man.
But
Whatever you
listen,
have, keep getting that one.
Nah, you straight good.
listen, listen, and think about it. I don't
I
want
want
to get
some
kicked
of
out.
that.
Cause I'm going hard. I'm going hard. Listen, because I listen. The most disappointing part I had in the election was I heard a lot of things, and I hear a lot of the black and white and the all that. But one thing I think that most of us women can agree on is that the real war is that there is a war between man and woman, and it's a war of power. And I feel like everybody preach so much on letting somebody lead or wanting the man want this, the woman want that, but it's always to a limit. I feel like most of the rules and the laws are catered towards taking away more our rights than taking away, fixing policy and, how to strengthen the country itself.
Mm-hmm.
It's more about dividing, people.
Yep.
You got his even though he trashed black people and Hispanic people, Asians, whoever, we
Mm-hmm.
the only ones who not only, like didn't care. Like even the Puerto Rican community was like, they didn't care.
Mm-hmm.
Most of us like kind of don't care, but then we don't back each other on
Yeah.
anything
Mm-hmm.
like to
Yeah.
try to,
Mm-hmm.
grow us. But then I at the same time I can say that, and then it make me think like, well, the younger generation kind of doing that, and we kind of not really liking it because they kind of the ones with the voice and on how
Mhm.
these things are moving and what's appealing to them. You feel me? Even with
Mm-hmm.
Trump, like the younger voice really mattered. Like the new voters, they paid more attention than a lot of us when we was their age because
Mhm.
a lot of them,
Remember.
taking advantage of a lot of these money grabs, and it's the year of it's been the couple years of
Mm-hmm.
entrepreneurship and own your own and be independent, and everybody found the way to do that. And
Mm-hmm.
nobody want to work for a company, but everybody want to own a company. So who gonna work
Exactly.
for your business? Who gonna work for you? Who gonna work in your business? Like
Hold on
I'm
before we
sorry.
go.
Go
Before,
ahead.
no, you was on the roll, but I didn't. I ain't want to forget, and then I had to go and go way back.
I feel you because that's how I
Damn, we
feel.
only got. Yeah,
No
you right. You right.
welfare. Speaking on the welfare thing, I agree with everything you said. And then in the profession, Jude and Bosco will tell you, part of what I do is help people who
Mm-hmm.
need help connect to resources, whether it's medical benefits, disability, everything, whatever. We do it all, right?
Yep.
Mhm.
And what I will say is she is correct. It's not available for people who use it, but we do have a lot of people that abuse it. But the
Mhm.
one thing I do see in Maryland that Maryland has put in place, there, if you have been on it for, they're giving you a time frame. Like right now, a lot of people benefits are getting cut, but the only way they
Hmm.
can get them reinstated is if they attend some type of job training, or you have to prove that you have a disability and that you have a disability case pending. Now, when it comes to the, I don't even want to say the working mom. I want to say the working family, because what I am noticing is there are a lot of two-parent homes coming up again amongst younger people. They're getting married younger, they're staying together, and I think they're trying to correct generational curses, which I completely agree with. What
Mhm.
I don't like is that that family, even if they both may be making minimum wage and they may need, let's say, SNAP benefits,
Mhm.
they will get denied because just because both of them have an income, and you can tell that they're barely making it when they report it, when
Mhm.
you go based on whatever their rent is, utilities, clothing, car payment, telephone. When you break all of that down, they will still get denied all because it's this certain income bracket, and they like no. So I feel like it should be designed for households like that, because some people, I mean, cost. Have y'all seen the cost of milk and bread and shit?
Yeah, I
Shit,
feel like
Like
each. I feel like
everybody,
It's like $3,
instead of giving
shit,
out
just gonna go
food
get a damn
stamps,
three or
like
cow.
four
just
dollars.
flat out food stamps,
Go get the
each
damn
kid
cow
should
and
get,
milk it.
like how they did the SNAP thing.
no,
You
they
should
do
give the
have that,
house.
but a lot of parents don't know about it because they didn't promote it. So even if
Mhm.
the adult gets cut,
That's crazy.
they keep the children on. So a lot of
Yeah.
moms remember on the summer when children and during COVID when children were getting the children's SNAP card and they
Yeah.
was getting
Right.
the benefits on that. People, a lot of you, I'm not gonna say how I know, but I've seen more than one, several people, when the parent did not know those benefits were still going on. They might have cut
Mhm.
you off and you might have got that thing. They be like, then they were, I'm calling like I'm trying, I'm advocating, I'm going off. Because I'm going to fight for my people. And they like, well, they still got this. And they check that card and it's over $1,000. And because they didn't know, it's been
Mhm.
months because they
Mhm.
thinking
Mm.
they got cut off. So I do see that they do try to do that. It may not be as much. And then some people, well, I'm gonna tell you what I dislike though about the system, because some people have been conditioned to think that they're entitled to it and they don't have to work and they don't have to do this. You getting seven
Mhm.
hundred, 800 in food stamps, and you like
Mhm.
it's not enough. Well, let me show
You
you
get
what
what
the
I'm saying?
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So I do think you have people that abuse it and they don't. So I don't want to say I think it's needed and I think it's helpful, but I agree with Jude. It should be more developed, whereas though
Yeah.
it can be centralized to a broader
Yeah.
span of people that just you may fall on hard time. I mean, it's true. Sometimes you be like, damn, it's going on already. I spent another $5. I think I
I
don't know.
feel
I
like
think more people should
every
be able
kid
to,
should.
even if you single. That's what I was going with it, because I noticed if you're a single person, they will deny you. You cannot get
Mhm.
help. No matter what, you could be on get ready to lose your home. You just lost your job and need some help. If and they were like, "Do you have any children?" If you say no, oh well, we can't help you.
Yeah,
What
you
the
won't
fuck
get
do
no
you
help.
mean?
Hmm.
Yep.
It should be
You
for
gotta get a
single
disability.
people too. Yeah, and then nowadays it's crazy because even with the disability, that needs to be restructured too, because you damn near gotta be high as hell, like
Mhm.
literally like a real life high on like on dope, like
Yeah.
big high, before they
Yeah.
even want to help you and claim that as a disability. And I'm seeing people who have substance use get disability before the person that actually have a physical disability or a
Yep.
medical disability. And
I
that's
think it needs
crazy.
to be overhauled though, for real. Yeah. They need to do something because there's some people who are just on it and they have no plans on getting off or doing anything for
No,
themselves.
nothing.
Yeah.
Just
I know
living
plenty of
free.
people right now.
That was my take on it. Now y'all can go here with the rest.
Oh, you
No,
was
I'm
right,
with
but
both
they
of y'all on
just
that.
living free. Yeah, they just
No,
living
I feel
free.
like all the kids should every if you have a child in your household, you should be on it, SNAP, EBT, whatever the hell it's called, benefits. It should be a across the board thing across the country. Like raising a
Mhm.
kid is hard enough. Having to worry
Mm-hmm.
about putting food in your house shouldn't even ever be an option. And if you choose that your household don't need these benefits, you should be able to opt out. But
Yeah,
every child should be entitled to that. You feel
yeah.
me?
Yes.
Now, as a U.S. citizen, I feel like you should be able to at least go to the government in whatever aspect you. I'm not saying the government should be able to take care of you. I'm saying
Mhm.
like even like the jobs do it. You know, you can take out a little
For your full
benefit
and stuff
thingy.
like
You
that.
feel? But
Yeah.
I'm just saying we pay taxes to the goddamn country. You mean to tell
Mhm.
Yes.
me I can't go to you because I'm getting ready? You feel me? Like I don't have no food in my house and I can't come to you to get like 6 months worth of food stamps to put food in my house to be able to get my shit together. To not have
Mm-hmm.
to worry. You feel me? My gas and electric rate get cut off. You feel me? I can't
Yep.
go and sign up for the government assistant program, not
Because
the
you don't
one
have no
that put the
children.
bill on, not the one that put the bill on the end, and then you got to pay that. You feel me? This big balance, energy assistant. You feel me? Like it's not no real like help. It's not a. It's a way to make you depend on the government instead of
Yeah.
to get off of it.
And why
However,
we paying water? Ain't the water
I'm
from
gonna
the
tell you.
earth? I
I'm
don't
gonna tell you.
understand that because why are we paying water? And the thing with the water, I mean,
and
what?
then the
Yeah.
Arctic is
Why we
melting, so
paying?
we right have too much of it. So they got some to spare.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So then, but then this is the thing that I also see, and this is where I'm about to advocate for, like, especially low income and people on a
Mm-hmm.
fixed income.
Mm-hmm.
Part of what I do is also help people find their homes, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you are on a fixed income, and let's say you have a voucher, right? I'm just
Yep.
going to say hypothetically speaking, and
Yep.
you go and you find a home,
Mm-hmm.
right? So they like, oh, and they want you because they know you got this voucher. But this
Yeah.
is how they get over. All right, we're gonna do that. So let's say you still got to pay a portion. Hypothetically speaking, you got to pay a portion of whatever is not covered by
Mm-hmm.
the voucher, but it's no more than, let's say, like, I must just throw out a number, 5% of whatever your income is, right?
Mm-hmm.
We know that's not true, but we're gonna use that number. Then they're gonna
Yeah.
say, oh, but you gotta pay water, you gotta pay utilities, you gotta pay trash pickup, you gotta get the grass cut, you gotta get the backyard, you gotta take care of the landscaping.
Yeah.
Because this, I'm not saying everybody with a voucher don't have no money, but 9 times out of 10, this person is getting help assistance to get on their feet. Why would you tax on all of those things? And some people can't make it. And you may
Yeah.
have somebody that, let's say somebody have like an income of $500 a month. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
So they gotta pay water. They gotta
Yep.
pay for the phone bill. I'm just saying this
Yep.
is the average American that we talking about, the people who get overlooked that should be really fussing and complaining. They gotta pay
Mm-hmm.
water bill, they gotta pay BG&E, phone
Me.
bill at the
Me.
time. And if they
Me.
live by themselves and they got this voucher, they don't get food stamps, so they gotta buy food. Now they gotta pay for the
Me.
grass to get cut,
Me.
and they gonna pay this water bill. All of this on $500.
It's like owning a
God
house
forbid they a
at
woman
this
and they
point.
gotta get personal hygiene, or man, and you gotta get your hair cut, your personal. Who can do that? And some people are in a position where they cannot work. So my thing is, certain things when it comes to, I think, if you're going to accept these forms of payment of government assistance, I don't think, if this person has this income, they should not be responsible for water and all of this stuff. Because 9 times out of 10, you done cosmetically did whatever you had to do to make it look presentable to pass an inspection, but the house ain't really worth the $3,000 that you trying to charge this person anyway. So you already getting over.
Well, yeah, that's the
Yep.
that's the that's the
Pig-
flaw in the system. That's the big
What
flaw
about
in our
pig?
system here. Oh,
Let
I'm
me
sorry, Paul.
piggyback
Go
off of
ahead.
something Julie said. I want to piggyback too off what Julie said too, because the way I'm looking at this right here is that everybody in this country that is working, those that can't work, that really cannot work, whatnot, those that
Mm-hmm.
are disabled, whatever, mentally
Mm-hmm.
disturbed, whatever, however, should be assisted by the government with the
Mm-hmm.
cost of food for their family
Mhm.
until the cost of food goes down. for the general public.
That
Y'all don't want to give everybody. Y'all don't want to help provide the families with the money they need to feed their family. Then take the cost of food down where people can afford it, and still not be
yeah.
able to pay all their money on food and rent.
Yep.
Yeah, because it's also affecting the farmers. The cost of food
Yeah.
is the farmers are also struggling too to
Yep.
maintain their farm life to be able to produce the food that we even need for real
But
in the damn country. But
and
if
they're
we
affected by
actually
climate
if
change, and we
yeah
don't
if
talk
we
about climate change.
Because they don't believe climate change exists. That's why.
Yeah, I don't even think they really talk too much about that
Mm-mm.
in the
Mm-mm.
election for real. But that's a big thing,
Nope.
and I haven't
Mm-mm.
really been hearing too much more about that
Nope.
in a while for real. But
Nope.
Since
Only
old
I
boy was
hear when
buying
they
up
get on
every
the
damn
phone call.
thing. Since what's his face was buying up every damn thing.
Who?
Yeah.
Elon Musk
Gates,
now?
Nah, the other
Gates,
guy.
Bill
Gates.
Gates.
Yeah.
Bill Gates. Well, you know
Yeah.
Yeah.
why? You know why?
Mm-hmm.
Because they
because
get
they
ready
said
to, they want to start fracking, and
Yeah.
most of fracking is done on large pieces of land and farmland and things like that. So he was
Yes.
ahead of the game. Because if you notice, fracking was one of the things. This election was based on gender and race. That was it.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with anything that really mattered. And really, climate change is something I think we all should be concerned with.
Mm-hmm.
Truthfully, nobody is really understanding. Just look in your own environment. Look at the new species of anything. Bugs ain't even dying when it get cold no more. They
Nope.
still
No.
flying
He's still
around, and
out here.
nobody is
it's still
questioning what's
outside.
going on.
Yep.
Like, and I'm
Yeah.
like, it's a little chilly. Why you still flying around bees and all that stuff? Because they're just readapt because everything is off. It was 80 degrees.
It was 70 something today.
And it's
Yeah.
November the what? November the 6th? Why is
Six.
it
Yep.
80 degrees? It's supposed to be like 42 or something.
I don't
Yeah.
think Trump was with clean air though. If my memory may I could be wrong, but I could have
Nah.
swore like all them years ago that motherfucker ain't for clean air. They
He
was
wasn't for
mad
no
at
clean
him
air.
because when they was trying to put that whole thing together, because
Yep.
I think that was around the time, I was
That was
like, well, yeah, a lot
his
of
last
people
time he
don't
said
know.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, a lot of people don't remember that Baltimore City from the Inner Harbor air pollution was on orange. They claim
Mm.
it's clear
What it was
because
on?
people started paying more attention to it.
What it was on?
Orange. That's what it is, girl. Orange. Shut up.
Wow.
How much time we got
Oh,
left in the show?
I don't remember what the hell.
But she's right because even when she
no.
even, even when he was president last time, he didn't give a shit about the air. He didn't care nothing about.
He ain't care nothing
He didn't care nothing
about
about the
green
air.
hair. He
Nothing.
ain't
He didn't care nothing
care.
about the air.
That's why. That's why. And he also had like a love-hate relationship between him and our presidents. Elizabeth
Yeah.
ain't want nothing to do with him at
Nope.
all.
Nope.
She ain't want
Shit. People
absolutely
better be
nothing to do with
careful
him.
eating meat
And
because he didn't care
and
too much about the USDA neither.
Well,
Mm-mm.
the
he
meat
did
is
not.
processed now and come.
No. And you
Yeah.
know what? See,
So
You gotta be careful. If you
like
and
ain't
you
see,
careful,
and
gotta
see,
have
that's the
it.
problem.
that ain't real.
That, that's the problem. If you look at this election, we heard about fracking the first debate, then we didn't hear it again. We ain't hear nothing about climate change. We ain't hear nothing about
At
none of
all.
that stuff.
Nope.
Nothing. Nothing. And see, she said she was for fracking, which I was like, I
But
don't know
before
about
she
that.
wasn't.
She was against it
Before
at
she
Before
first.
she
wasn't.
wasn't.
You
Before she
know why?
wasn't.
Because that was she wanted that vote from that population of people that wanted the fracking. That's why I said I needed her to stand solid
That's what I was.
and what she wanted.
Coco,
That's what
when
she
I
I
kept
said
doing,
that,
know.
trying to appease everybody with different things. What is your policy? You kept hearing what somebody else want. You okay? Well, this is what I'm gonna do for this. But no, what is your policy?
Hmm.
Coco,
And there was no answer
like me. You know, like me, myself. When I ask that question, what they say, you hate women. And I said, I'm just asking. I was like, I'm just asking to see her policy. That's all I'm asking. Oh, you can't stand women. I'm like,
That's what
I
they
think
say,
I'm both.
Roscoe. But we know you love the women.
No, he don't. Bosco don't like no women's. He is the angry black man.
and I got heat. I mean, I
Well,
was
I
like,
wonder what. Listen, I wonder what
Oh
they gonna
God.
call me tomorrow because
oh,
I
you know,
went
they
in on
can't.
the
Oh,
Oh,
they
men's
can't
tonight.
stand you either. They ain't gonna say nothing to you,
yeah.
Jude.
Listen,
But they know they can't
listen,
stand you either.
probably
They
not.
can't stand you
But
either.
especially off of this one because hear me out. I told y'all they been hating on us since Mary got pregnant with Jesus, and it's our time to shine, ladies. We putting the woman up in there. We got four
It's coming.
years,
It's coming.
I,
four,
I, I think
four to
next
get
time.
these. Listen, wait a minute, no, oh, y'all got, yo, well, how many years it's been since men been in charge? Hold up, Bosco.
Human.
No, no, wait a minute, hold up.
That's why I
Wait,
say, go,
I'm
Jude.
talking to the ladies.
But no, I'm
We
saying
got
that's why
four
I say right
years.
now we need to bring one up. We need to bring one up right now.
Yes, right
Fuck,
now.
right
And
now.
I'm telling
Me
y'all which
right here. What
one.
you?
No,
I'm
Y'all
bring
telling
no,
see?
bring
y'all.
a candidate, bring a candidate
Oh,
up
so
right
look
Yes.
at
now.
me. Me and Drew gonna
No,
vote.
Listen.
We're gonna
okay.
be a dynamic
We
duo.
need we need
Yeah,
to
Well,
come
you don't have
create
my
on.
vote then.
we
All
need
you
Put
to
me
gotta
up
create
do
in
is get
there.
orange, and we
Just
gonna
make me
win.
Secretary of Defense. Just make me
Listen,
Secretary
I'm
of
ready to
Defense.
go to law school right now.
we need another political party for
So
real
I
though.
can
We
learn.
do.
Listen,
We need another
listen,
party.
We
I
need
learned by way of all the politicians that do not fucking play with the government.
Yep.
That's the type
we
of
need
president I'm going like.
That's
It put
it.
me. I listen. That's what we need for real. Everybody, listen. I know everybody probably think I'm talking about like the aggressive black woman, but she's
No,
not
you
aggressive.
got to be
They be
aggressive with
on
this,
their
man.
shit, and
we need
the
men
men.
like Reverend Ike.
Everybody is hella aggressive. I'm talking about just putting the right woman. Let's take color out of it.
Hmm.
We try to make some
The right
history to
woman.
get some shit in order. And if it's
Put
not a
Jazz up
woman
in
next
there.
time, let's just yeah. But for real, just hear me out. Even if
Hmm?
it's not a woman, because listen, I'm just saying we gonna take our Democratic Party. Just hear me out.
Hmm?
Listen, we got to really talk about this. Listen, ladies, we
Speak
gonna
on
take
it.
our Democratic Party to the next level.
Period.
We got to make sure you put the right man in the other office for next year to let them start initially try and get some shit, or we got to get the shit in order next
We
year.
gotta
Let's take
start getting
over,
into the Congress
take
and the
over
Senate.
Congress.
Yep.
Focus on
Hmm.
Congress real quick. Let's take
Yep.
over that
Yep.
motherfucking house for real.
Yep.
We ain't even
Yep.
got to put all women in there. We just got to put all of us
In
in that
there.
motherfucker. That's the goal. And let them. But listen, we're gonna let them think their candidate is their candidate, but that's really gonna be our
Ours.
candidate.
Yep.
We're gonna put
Yep.
that motherfucker in there. We're gonna work together with our men's on that,
Hmm.
and
And
then
then we gonna slide us in.
we coming
She
up
said, "You
in.
party name, we tied."
Them folk
You
and them
party name,
now
we
black
tried.
asses come through and
All
take
right.
over nothing. Them folks are not letting nobody's black ass
Shut
come through
up.
and take over
No,
their
but
party.
see, this is the thing. If,
So you
okay, so this is the thing. Think about the number of people who did not vote, or
Hmm.
because
40
this is
million.
also the thing, we got to make our voices heard on this. If this felon could be president, we need our felons to be able to vote, which is a
Yep.
large number of black men
Yep.
and
First of
black
all, it
women.
need to be taken off the
So, yeah,
application
period,
at
It
right?
this
has to
point.
be.
It just
It
need
has
to
to
be
be.
taken off.
So
It
let's
has
get
to
them
be.
to start voting.
And are you a pedophile or a predator? Add
ex
that
felons
motherfucking
can vote
question
once
on
they
there.
complete all they once they do their time and they get off paper and all that stuff. They can vote. At least here they can.
But we ain't even going. They ain't got to do no time because he ain't do no time. So it don't
Well,
matter. All you
Mm-mm.
got
he
charged,
but see,
you know.
he's not gonna do no time now. You
I
see,
but
His
you see
sentence
that's
in
what
there.
that's the principle.
you see what Jack said. He backing up off of the case now for the federal shit
Oh, he
Yeah,
said
because
he
he
tired.
said he was
he
But
already
fired. He
Fanny's
was
said
not.
Jack
fired
asked
some.
about that.
But hey, but Fanny won re-election down in Georgia. Fanny,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
the DA down, she won re-election,
And she's some trouble.
Right.
so she
Okay.
ain't going
But
nowhere.
But they said she had
but hey,
a popular vote. But I'm
the
I'm I'm, I'm with you. But I say
he
we let them vote, right? because we got to start somewhere. If we really focus our vote, all right, y'all, we know y'all going to do that. We got to start with our local, and then if we want to go government, we really got to take over the Congress. We got to put people in this. We got to position ourselves where we need to
Hmm.
be, so that when we ready for the face, we can slide one in. Because we're
Yes,
gonna
Yep.
and this
already
ain't
have the popular vote. Because we done already got the Congress, we're gonna have the Senate, and we're gonna have our local governments.
We
Hmm.
better get the hell out from being Democrats or Republicans. That's what we better do. We
that
better
part.
Yeah.
find we better
Third
find
party.
something for
Sound
us.
like it's for
Yes.
We better find
The
something for
niggas
us.
pie.
Cause not even that
The niggas
Libertarian
Tide
or
Party.
Green Party, none of that shit is working. None of it. And then them
NTP.
people,
Niggas
the
Tide Party.
Libertarian, them
We gotta make
Libertarian
you.
Green,
we gotta
them
make it
Libertarian and Green Party people, they only pop up on the doggone ballot when it gets time for election. You don't hear nothing about these people. Who in the hell
You
are
know,
they? Who
Paul,
are
I
these
meant
people?
to say that and I forgot
Hmm.
all about saying. I meant to say that because I was so mad when I looked and was like, well, who the fuck is the Kennedy? Like, why don't they, listen, I'm just saying, I want to see more of other people. I'm sick of it. Cause the real
Yeah.
politics been this way. I do like the fact that now y'all speaking on the truth. Cause I remember when McCain ass was up there, they told you couldn't say he was old. Now he's turning 4 years. Them motherfuckers straight up coming up like these motherfuckers is too old to be on here. I agree, but then you put another old motherfucker in the office. This the math ain't fucking mathing.
they need to lower the
Hmm.
age. That's number one.
That
No,
no,
they need to
I
lower the
don't
time a
agree with
motherfucker
that.
can be up in there. Period. That goes
No,
for
Hmm.
the
I think
senators and all of them. Lower
They
their
need
shit.
some they need
If
some
the
fresh
president got to be in there
fresh
for 4 years,
ideas, fresh
then the
mindset.
senator should be in there for 4 years too. Cause this 50 years been there 50 and 60 damn years and all that shit. That's too damn
yes,
long.
yeah, no,
Get
That's
him out.
ridiculous.
they
That's
look like
ridiculous.
vampires. They look like you see
Yeah.
one of them horror
Damn
movies, like from
Do you
back in
blood
see?
the
sucking
day.
You
ass,
see Mitch
No,
McConnell?
blood sucking ass
They
that's the
leeches.
be all
thing.
sick
Mitch
there.
McConnell. I
Hey,
used to hate the way he talked, but every time he got up to the podium, I would chuckle because he'd be like, "Well, when
Who you
you
talking? Mitch McConnell?
Them motherfuckers, they get up like I swear. They look like they be sitting there like.
well, Trump making him step down. They always say McConnell gonna have to step down when Trump come back in there,
he
cause he
Yeah,
been
talks
he
shit
needs
about
to.
Listen,
Trump, so he got to step
in
down. Yeah, he ain't gonna be senior
Yeah.
man no more. He gonna have to
Nah.
step down because he talks
He
shit
got to
about
step
Trump,
down.
so he's on the
He got to
hit
step
list.
down. He
Listen,
got
Yeah,
to step down.
for all of them that's 60 and up, we gonna make y'all retire like y'all make the average American do, and put somebody
Yep.
younger in that seat.
as
Yep.
they should because they they listen. They look old as shit sitting there. Did you just see? Did y'all see? Listen, I want y'all to keep this in mind. The
Yeah.
same, them people was the same age as Joe Biden. And
Yep.
if
hmm
y'all criticize him for the decisions he was making, what type of decision do you think a group of Joe Bidens are making?
When it's time to
Donald
go
Trump.
yeah or nay, they all be like, well, no, just say it. Like,
You
what
feel
you
Hey,
me?
hey, look here. Trump don't like he got his
like?
senses either too much. Trump like he's
That's
losing
why
it too.
Yes.
that's yeah.
They gonna keep
First of
his
all,
ass in bomb. They gonna keep him
Yep.
in bomb while he in there because that job kills a person. Look how they be
Yeah.
yeah, but
aging
do
when they
you
go
see
in there.
him? And
They gonna keep him in
I
bomb and keep him alive
Yeah.
like how you
because
said that because do you notice he green? Have you seen that, Paul? He ain't been orange. He
Hold
been
on,
up
Jude.
there standing on stage.
Jude, is that what you was talking about earlier about the green face?
Yeah, like he like
I-
green. I
Yeah.
thought like he a different color. Like I'm used to seeing Trump like kind of
orange.
blonde, light around the eyes, orange.
Yeah,
You
that
know,
first that
but
4 years aging.
if
That
you've
four
been
years
looking
aging.
at
Just
him,
imagine
his
what four
skin
more years
is
gonna do to
darker.
him.
He got
Watch what
darker
happened
Jude,
now.
skin.
No, but they
Shh.
think he's sick though. They really think
Jude,
that.
when you said green
Yeah,
face
that's like
earlier,
kidney failure,
Oh
when you
no,
said
no, no, no,
green face
no,
Yeah,
earlier, I
no,
was trying
no.
to figure
Hold
out
on.
who
kidney
the
or
hell is he
liver.
talking about?
I'm gonna
from
tell
that
y'all. I'm
embalming
gonna tell
fluid.
y'all what. I'm gonna tell y'all what's scary.
The green
I
face.
mean,
Y'all think Trump is scary. His VP is
That's
worse
what
Oh,
than
I'm
him.
oh,
saying.
oh yeah,
'Cause when
That
he
Vance.
y'all
say
listen,
stuff, when he say stuff,
Homelander
even
ass.
Trump be like, "Oh, I don't know." No, that's your dude. You gotta back yo up because he's more prejudiced,
Oh
racial,
my goodness,
and
Vance is
condescending, more
bad.
whole
oh,
than Trump.
He's the little antichrist in disguise.
Hmm.
That's
Yeah.
the one you better keep your eye on.
But you know, if Trump died, he take over, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So
he
let's
takes
pray
over.
that Trump make it to his
Yeah.
4 years.
And they
Let's pray
already
that they
labeled
keep.
him a six.
Let's pray that they keep him in
Well,
bond for 4 years so he don't
well,
die. Man.
according to the Simpsons, it
Uh
ain't
oh.
is
Yeah,
it
according to
ain't
Simpsons, he
going
done.
look to according to the
Yeah.
Simpsons and him looking green on the screen. I do not like green eggs and ham. I do
Sam,
I
not
swear
like
when
the
you
man.
said,
little
I
Trump
swear
I don't
when you
want him
said
on a
green
eyes.
face
plane.
earlier,
I
I
don't want
fell
him on
out,
a
man.
plane.
Green
I
face.
don't
Yeah,
want him
look
on
When
at
you said that, I
I'm telling
died.
you,
I was like,
I'm
who the
telling
hell
you,
is
go
green face?
just go back and watch the TV. Tell me
I'm gonna
maybe
have
it's
to.
my eyes, but I was
When
looking
you
like
look,
I was like,
Jude,
who's
when you
green?
said green face, I thought you was talking about somebody in Baltimore. I was like, who the hell is
Oh
green
no,
face?
No, we
And
I'm
I'm
talking
talking
about
like,
about Trump. I
because
was
they
talking
were
about Trump.
no, they actually did. It was on a I was watching a news segment, and they literally was talking about they was talking about his cognitive speech, like his cognitive abilities, his speech,
mm-hmm,
and they was talking about his complexion and that he looks like something's going on medically. And
mm-hmm,
when they said that, I said they gonna slowly kill him off, and
yeah.
they gonna put
I know what it's
old
called.
JD in there.
Jaundice.
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 Yeah,
That's what
Jaundice.
it's
Yep.
called. Yeah, he like jaundice and
yeah.
tan.
That's an
He like
embalming fluid.
he like jaundice, tan
Yeah.
jaundice. It's
That's
just
an embalming fluid. I
weird.
keep telling y'all now. They putting that embalming fluid in to keep him alive. They put a drop in him a day to keep him alive.
I can hear the
He
internet. I can hear
look
his
like
computer
he
shutting
belong.
off right now.
He
Y'all
look
think
like he
he's gonna
belong
be?
on that horror movie
You,
Phantasm.
you remember he
Oh
was talking
man, you
about?
taking it
You
back.
remember he was talking about shooting up bleach. Y'all thought he was joking when he was talking about shooting up bleach. You remember?
Oh my goodness. And people
They getting
started
that
doing
man.
it
They getting
too.
that man a
The
drop of
bleach
embalming
did
fluid a day.
it. The bleach did it.
You know what killed me in the first debate when he said the crowd was cheering for him. That's when I knew he was losing it. I like there was nobody out there, homie.
Oh my god!
That motherfucker held there sitting there.
oh,
I said when
oh yeah.
he had the
Oh my
Beetlejuice
god!
casting, I feel like he was
I
standing
can't
up
stand
trying to
you.
keep all the Beetlejuice.
Oh
I don't know
man.
what the hell going on with Trump.
Wait a minute.
But
What?
we stuck with him. We stuck
Yeah.
with him.
It's
4
gonna
motherfucking
it's gonna
years.
be a show though. It's gonna be
No.
a show. I'll tell you that. It's gonna
No.
I
be a
look
show.
forward to looking into politics again. I mean, listen, I ain't gonna lie. I could not watch it with, the grandfather of president on there,
Yeah.
Uncle Joe, because he earned that title. That motherfucker,
Mm.
he was yeah. He didn't answer a damn question.
Hey, you know
He
what
just
hey Dude,
he did.
Oh
you
But
know
shit.
when I knew Joe was gone? When that bridge collapsed in Baltimore and he walked off the stage, that look he had on his face, I was
They
like,
went the
yeah,
wrong way.
that nigga
he said,
gone.
I knew he was gone when he with that same fucking bridge, and he said, Baltimore, don't worry,
I know
I'm
what I'm
gonna
talking
fix your
about.
bridge. I'll fix
That's
it
what I'm talking
myself.
about. That's what I'm talking about.
I'll personally make sure. They was like,
Yeah.
he's
Okay.
senile. It's
The
that
look on his face
Alzheimer's
is
kicking
And
like,
they
in.
still waiting on that money that he claimed that he was going to personally donate himself. But
but
no,
I,
that's when I knew he was gone
I
right
also
there.
I
That's when I
no.
also
knew
knew
he
he
was
was a
gone.
goddamn liar and was not fit to be president at that
Hey,
moment.
Coco. I mean,
No,
hey,
every
Jude,
time he tried to walk off stage
Jude,
and they had to go that way, I was like, "Yep,
yeah,
it's a wrap." They
Jude.
always
As soon as he did that, as soon as he did that, me and Coco was texting like right away at each other. Y'all see that? like right
I'm gonna tell you,
after.
I'm gonna tell you something about my fellow Baltimoreans and those of you from Baltimore that's watching. Tell me if I'm lying. I'm pretty sure everybody when he said that we chuckled. Everybody, I bet the whole fucking city was like,
I
"This
been
motherfucker
asking when I was
lying."
laughing.
Mhm. Like the
his,
first thing
his
everybody was
ass
like,
is
"No, this
gone.
he geeking. He ain't gonna do."
His
Look,
No,
ass
look.
I
is
was
gone.
laughing here. I was like, yeah. I said that fool gone. I said he gone.
I'm
His
gonna
ass
ask
is gone
y'all.
before he
Can I
got
ask
into the
y'all one
office.
question real quick?
But then he
Do you
pointed
think?
and everything like he was for real. I'm gonna. I said, "No, you not."
Oh, no, you not. No, you not. Listen, can I ask y'all a question? Do y'all? How do
Yo,
y'all think? the world would have reacted if if Camilla would have won?
uproar, and they would be riding, and because they were preparing, because
Yeah.
they thought she was going to win, they were preparing
Hmm.
for them to target us and target
Yeah.
everybody. They were preparing for the
Hmm.
worst.
Hmm.
They know we ain't gonna do shit.
And
Now
so I
Yeah.
now
just
they showed
folks,
January 6th what they
folks,
capable
folks
of doing.
getting mad for America be showing for what it really is, what it's always been.
What it's always been.
Hmm.
want to say shout out to us for everybody who was mad today that didn't go out and fuck up the Capitol, the U.S. Capitol, because we know
Right.
they
Exactly.
cheated.
We don't do
The,
Cause
that.
our black ass would have been locked up. Well, nobody gonna give you no
no,
party.
Oh shoot!
I ain't
They'd have
talking
shot
about
our
only. Look,
asses.
I ain't talking to only us black people. Now I'm talking about us, the party,
The party,
us
yeah.
that
Yeah.
stick
Okay, well,
together as a
they ain't gonna
whole.
give.
You know,
Yeah, well, there would have been no pardons given out then. Definitely not the black ones.
yeah.
They'd have
We
shot
gonna
our
make sure
asses.
that
Listen,
part. Make sure that part
so,
known. Now,
Yeah,
see,
they'd
now,
have
y'all
shot
know
us.
he gonna get in there for partying the people that rioted at the Capitol.
I told
He's
y'all,
gonna do that.
Paul. We
He's gonna
didn't
do
think
that.
she was black. We didn't think she was black. She identified as black when she thought it was going to work for her. They even went and got the Obamas. We
You
knew
did
right
say
there that she was
freedom.
trying.
Yeah.
But see, the Obamas, they knew the shit was fucked up. That's why they were so hesitant about jumping on board to push for her because they knew she wasn't prepared with that shit.
Yeah.
How
She
they
wasn't
threw her
prepared.
in there.
She wasn't
They knew
prepared.
that shit
Yeah.
wasn't right.
Yeah,
You
that's
could
why
And
I
I'll
tell.
said
say this.
that's when we knew that they was trying to get the black vote, because they tried to use them. That didn't
Hmm.
Yeah,
work. When that didn't work on the black community, you are like you know.
That's
you
why
should have said,
we
"Well,
right
hold up."
now we need to start raising up a candidate right now. Don't wait till 1 year. Don't wait till 6 months. We need to start getting
Yeah.
behind somebody or pushing somebody to get up there in the Senate or something. Cause look how fast Obama rose up. He went right to the Senate, boom, and next thing you know, he ran for president and won.
No, you
So
can't
it
put
could
me
be
up
done.
there because the
Yeah.
whole thing will be different. Because I enter the room, hey y'all.
And
Well,
then,
well,
and
see
then
the
they thought
thing.
old boy. Then they tried to make old boy into another Obama. What's his name? The other guy. They tried to make him the Obama Junior. What's his name right there in the
Oh,
thing?
oh, oh, oh,
I
oh.
couldn't remember his name. The bald
I
head
got his
Yeah.
face
dude.
in my head. Not Carson.
He was corny.
Oh
I ain't
yeah,
like him.
yeah.
Um,
I
Oh
ain't like
damn. What's
him.
the guy's name?
Um,
yeah, I know who you're talking about, man.
It's Corey. It's Corey something. Corey somebody.
Cory Booker. Cory
Yeah, see
Booker.
what
yeah.
Yeah.
everybody failed to
Him.
realize
Cory
is
Booker.
Obama got the black vote because he came off as a like no bull crap, like
Yeah.
unapologetically him. Like it was
Yeah.
genuine, it was different. You feel
He
me?
Yep.
It
had his
was
swag.
different than what
Yep.
exactly he had
Yep.
that black swag, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So but to try to keep drawing people in only off of that, they just been
Mhm.
throwing any black person at us. Number
Yeah.
one,
Yeah.
we knew Camilla wasn't black.
Yep.
We said she wasn't black. I keep saying she wasn't black. She said she wasn't black. I don't
Cory
care what she
Booker.
said after that. You know, when if when somebody say if somebody said, Jude, you black, I'm gonna say damn right, depending, because I
Mm-hmm.
might say I'm other, because I say that. But
Right.
other
Yeah.
than that, you know, motherfucker, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm black. But if
Yep.
anybody, when somebody like you black, and I be like, wow, technically, I'm part this, part that.
Yeah.
I I want to be anything but black. You feel me?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
And now my blackness want to see the black. The part, how percentage of black are you now, if you want to even claim it, because you said you wasn't, so the fuck you ain't. So I don't
Yeah.
want to hear about no black goddamn vote. See, the thing
Mm-mm.
is, Trump, we with him, I didn't vote for him because
Mm.
I don't like how he talk about black
Yeah.
people. I don't like how he talk about women. I like how
Mm-hmm.
he talk about the Hispanic community. I
Mm-hmm.
like to talk about, the Asian community. I love the Asian community. I love,
Veterans,
and let me say
disabled
That.
this.
people.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
love the Asian community, but when it came, when he was talking about like that black job things, I thought it was kind of ignorant. 'Cause let me just say something.
Mm-hmm.
As a black person, I ain't never been to a cleaner McDonald's in the city with fresh fries and good food and service since the Hispanic community, not the
Yep.
Mexicans, the Hispanic community actually took over and started appreciating certain jobs.
Yep.
I also worked in the healthcare system where at one point in time there were predominantly African Americans in the
Mm-hmm.
same housekeeping department that I
Mhm.
started off with working at this same place.
Mm-hmm.
And I would go home to use the bathroom on my lunch break instead of using the bathroom inside. But when you get the Hispanic, community, now I not saying that they do things better than us. I'm saying that they coming from a different place of struggle
More
where now
appreciative.
we
Yeah.
forgot that we, sometimes got work. If that's the job you signed up for, do it. When I'm having a bad day at work and I can't do my job, I probably take the day off and then reset
Mm-hmm.
tomorrow. But I'm just not gonna overall be poor at my job. You feel me? It's not my fault that they can come in and kind of do things, and you can kind of depend on them. The construction company, I know a lot of black people that's in that field, but they probably do it. They overcharge you now because they ain't even undercharging now. They overcharging you, but they getting the job done today and not waiting until like a few days to get it done and shit. But something as simple as like they came in, and I ain't really been seeing too many black people in the fast food restaurant working, and I ain't not ashamed to say that I'm not happy. I'm happy about it, like because the service
Speaking
is
of that,
better.
next week's show is going to
Dang,
be
it's
on
already
business.
2 hours. Dang.
Oh, I'm
So
sorry.
I would like for you to
Sorry.
come back and bring up that very same thing. So
Mm-hmm.
throughout the next couple of days, again, because we ain't did it in a while, this be on time. You can promote a business for
I'm
free,
sorry.
but this time we are requesting that you come up and promote your own business.
Right.
Thank you.
So
You
you
see
might
my
close
face?
the house?
You see my face when I said that?
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Now let's see
Mm-hmm.
how many people going to do it, and then I'm gonna have something to say. And you know what I'm gonna
All
say.
right. Well, I'm gonna close the show then. Once again, Wu Tang Biatch. Nah, just joking. Once again, thank you for tuning in to the Casual Convo Show. Watch us every Wednesday, 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern Time, USA. Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, and of course, Facebook. Check me out every Wednesday. Every Monday to Wednesday, 10 to 12, and radio.org. I'm rocking it, tearing it up. Check out the link on the bottom. Thanks to those who joined in. My man Q, Big Giants fan. Wendy, my bad, y'all. Little mistake there. Wendy Cross, Dion. Dang it, my thing won't even scroll now, so I can't see who else
Dion,
is in the.
Fallon,
Yeah,
Marina, um,
yeah,
Quentin,
Quentin.
yeah. I got you.
Who
Yeah,
else?
thanks everybody who
I can't
tuned in.
see.
Sorry, my phone fell.
Shout out to
Shouts
Gigi.
out to Paul, always in the
Yo.
building. Shouts out to the Jude. Check her out. She got all the art. She got everything more than just art. I'll put it that way. She got everything. Look at her wall. You can see all the stuff right there. She get damn. Me myself, Boscoe from the Bronx, aka Angel Salam. And for the man in the back, Rich, who keeps us up in the air, keeps us, online. And for Coco, we are out to next week. Wu Tang ain't nothing to fuck with. We're out.
Cool.
Ravens.